thoughts obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
I don't know how to stop. I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady. Look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy. I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny.
You call me a god. 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 You call me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts obsession, I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation.
You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god.
I don't know how to stop. I just go till I drop. Whether it's working or shots, give it all that I got. You can watch me work in my element. Anyone in the way is irrelevant. You wanna cross me, cool, not intelligent. Cause I don't forget shit like an elephant. Go ahead and tempt me, put it on the line and you'll come up empty. If I got time, I'm deadly. Never caught off guard, no, I'm always ready. I got a hand real steady. Look me in the eye and you'll see no hezzy. About to get real messy. I'll put you in a grave 6 feet like Kenny.
You call me a god.
What up, Nine?
You call me a god.
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you, a better us.
Who do you think you are? I'm the word. Boy,
I'm the one who put in the work.
Get you a word. Nana nana boo boo.
Nana nana boo boo. What up though? It's the word. You see the title, we about to get into it. But before we get into that, hey, let me get into the chat. Oh shiznit. My brother then came out the Raptors. KY, what up though, fam? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Hope everything's doing good. Mr. Gary Busted Down Brown, my 33. What up though, 9? What up though? Appreciate you. Rooted. What up, bro? Man, I've been checking you out, bro. I ain't been able to type, but I'm supporting them in there. I'm gonna hit you. I think I got your IG. I'm gonna hit you on that. Dee Dee. What up, though? Appreciate you, Dee. Appreciate you. Did I miss anybody? Shut up. Pops, we miss you. Yeah, definitely. Smash the like button. We do miss you, Pops. We do miss you. Hey, so yeah, we went on a roller coaster ride yesterday. Appreciate everybody who went along for the ride. That's not our norm, but if you caught the live earlier, I did a little quick live, and it's not the normal, but it was an opportunity for me to display everything or to even show everything that I've been teaching over here. That yesterday solidified a lot of different things, concepts and teachings, that I share over here. So yeah, I used that opportunity, because we have an environment that we're building that's beneficial to us, right? But you can put yourself in a bubble, and that don't mean you don't have to experience other things, right? So, adversity is opportunity, as we said. So, but the teachings, if you have the right tools, I hope y'all seen in the display that occurred yesterday. If you had the proper tools, it's not hard to navigate. And I want to break down, some of my mind, what I was thinking at the time. I don't want to say my mindset, but actually what I was thinking at the time, the things that was going on, just to add a little bit more context and understanding to what occurred, right? So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to review last night's live. It was interesting. It went left, right, up, and down. Bronze, what up, though? Appreciate you, bro, right? Appreciate you. Yeah, it went left, right, up, down. Shout out to everybody who hit the panel. Appreciate y'all coming through. It was cool. We only had one disorderly person, but yeah, that's the majority of what we're going to be breaking down is that. But I do want to show other things. Like when I say there's no point of debating, me and Gary talk about that all the time. Like, well, we can debate, and there's different ways to debate. Like, I understand that, right? And what I'm accustomed to is more of a formal debate, right? Where you pick a topic and you actually write a stance or you write a rebuttal against it. It depends if you defending it or are you opposing it, right? So you pick a side. And then you go back and forth. But like I said, I'm about the information. I don't care who's right. I really don't. I don't need no ego booster on feeling right about things. I'd rather get it right than be right. A lot of times people are right, but they're wrong. Well, what does that mean? Yeah, they can be convincing, they can be charismatic, but the information is wrong. But whatever you accept is what reality becomes. So if people accept your fallacies as truth, then it's true to them. They don't make it facts, but in their head it's true. And like I said, belief is one of the strongest emotions or feelings people can have. And people have conquered countries and people over belief. So, but yeah, so we're gonna get into it. Shout out to all them riders. What up, sis? What up, though, sis? Appreciate you, man. Yeah, we're gonna get into it though. And like I said, I'm not ain't no shot against nobody and breaking this down, they ain't about y'all know me, man. I don't need to. Even when I call somebody unscrupulous, that's more of a description. That is one of my One of my favorite words because you see the example in society so much today, and it's just a unique way of saying like, bro, you ain't got no damn morals and values. So, just a creative way of saying it, and that's just a simple observation. But anyway, without any further ado, so the first part we gonna play is this, right? We're gonna talk about why I'm not gonna say it's many reasons I don't debate, but especially like on the internet, because a lot of times, like I said, I'm accustomed to more formal debates where we have a moderator, and because the intention is to go at information, generally we stay on subject. So we were actually having a great conversation. Me, Ryder, speak about reasonable expectations for women, and even that kind of start going a different direction when we start talking about more or less why the conditions are the way they are today and who and what played a part. We got into that, versus, just giving some reasonable expectations. The whole intention for the live was to get understanding of how men think and how women think. I always create these titles just to get different perspectives to see how people think. My thought process when making a title was like, hey, we can get some men and women up here and they can give their perspective on expectations, or at least reasonable expectations. Most people just give you what they think, right? Or what they feel, their own expectations. That's why I put the word reasonable in. That you generally causes thought. So that was the whole intent, but we went elsewhere. That was the word of the day. But yeah, so right here, right, like I said, this is why I don't like to debate, because especially like on these platforms, and it's a lot of how people debate, right? So normally it's a subject or a topic, right? And people have pick a side on the opposing side, if I'm for it or if I'm not. And then they attack the context of what someone is saying. You attack their point of view. And there's different ways to do that. Usually it's the context, the sources, right? But on here, what I notice is people will attack the sentence structure, right? So not what you're saying, but if you say it the wrong way or use the words out of context, that's what they attack. And when you do that, I guess they feel like it nullifies the whole point the person was making. So this is why I tell y'all words and the meaning of words are important, because a lot of times we use words out of context, but when you're talking to people, depending on their intent, that's how they will pick your statement apart. And because you have to identify if the person has intent to comprehend what you're trying to convey or just discredit you. So let me play this one part real quick.
There is no right and wrong, right?
There's no objective right and wrong. There could be a subjective right and wrong.
Exactly. Right. So that was my argument.
So what is the case?
That there is a higher standard, right?
Can you demonstrate there's an objective morality?
Can I?
See, that's like you can challenge this. They say this.
So right there, there's no right or wrong. People agree there's a subjective right or wrong. It's perception, it's opinionated perspective, but objective mean you have evidence, right? Subjective mean is more of opinion based. That's the difference between objective and subjective. So when you agree that right and wrong is subjective, and now you want them to prove it's objective, like it's just tongue twisting. He said it's objective because it's a higher power. So instead of proving like, okay, this is his point about a higher power, we get into the wordplay. Subjective, objective. I mean, he conceded to, right and wrong being subjective. So
God's blue.
That's not going to let me.
Who's to say that's really the color that's supposed to be? That's what was told to us. That could be actually red. We were just told that the sky is blue. It's the same thing.
No, I'm saying
Objective right and wrong is the
I'm
most stupid shit I've
hold
ever
on.
heard in my
So
life.
what? I don't even know what we arguing. What?
This is like,
What the hell is even that? Like, I got to the point, like, hold on, man, what is we talking about? You know, because it gets to a point too where people, you know, they just want to be right. So you totally leave the topic or the subject and just try to make points and pick people apart. This is what I'm saying. Utilize time differently. It's not worth my time. You know, it's just not. To me, time is a precious commodity. Like, you know, I come on here and rock out with y'all because, you know, it's therapy for me. It's beneficial for me because I enjoy helping people. I enjoy communicating with like-minded, like-hearted people, right? I don't come on here to be famous. If that was the case, I wouldn't really be rocking with nobody. I just come on here and do my thing, right? I'm actually coming on here building, you know, I believe in a foundation because if you can build a foundation, then you can take it off here, you know, and you know what the 9 on. Self-improvement, self-development, better you or better us. People who know, they know. Cosmic Fox. No, my bad, yo. I didn't mean to cough in the mic. Still killing this cold. But yeah, so, like, man, shout out to, you know, Speak and Wild Heart. You know, because before last night, I didn't know neither one of them. But they both cool people. They both get good channels. You know, y'all go check them out. Shout out to both of them. But yeah, I didn't know neither one of them. So y'all know me. I fall back and observe because, you know, even when Wild Heart come up, you know, speak like, yeah, he been over at my channel before. So I'm thinking they know each other, right? And then, you know, Bond, shout out to Bond. Bond crazy as hell, man. Bond crazy. Oh, hold on, I gotta pull it back up.
This is my worldview with you people like this. Like,
Commander, what up, yo?
Like, the problem is, honestly, like, you have been able to understand this, right?
yeah.
This is one of the reasons they say stay away from politics and religion. This is one of the reasons.
No, let me know.
Like this again over here, but I'm interested because I'm just meeting.
Would you say yes?
Like what, sorry?
Brother.
Say that again?
No, and then this is another thing. Like I said, when you're debating and it's not formal, you have no structure. What happens is this too, Mike. You start getting off into some things that don't even matter, right? And then, but I understand why. Like, but you start getting off to some things. We went from what's some reasonable expectations for women to brother and sister fornicate. Is it more like, bro? That's bro. That shit just weird. That shit just weird, right? So the whole point with this part of the content that I wanted to explain is why I don't debate, because like I said, for me it's fruitless. Like, it's pointless. Different people get different things out of different situations, right? That's just what it is. Me, if I don't get nothing from it, then I'm wasting my time. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. What's the point? I don't get gratification out of making somebody look. Often I hear people say something incorrect and I don't correct them. I'm gonna be honest with you, because if they're not approachable, right? Why approach them? Like, I don't feel the need or the desire to correct people. But if they open to it, then I'm willing to do it. But if they not, I'm not about to waste my time. They got it wrong, not me. So why do I care? I know that be sounding messed up the way I explain it, but that's just how I learned it. And I mean, it's so many different philosophies, different even religious texts to tell you, don't waste your time on with a deaf ear. Don't waste your tongue, speaking to a deaf ear. Different philosophies, especially Stoicism, Bro, you don't waste your time talking to people who can't hear, who can't comprehend. You wasting your time. You know, some people just don't want it. So those people, what are you doing? You go drive yourself crazy trying to convince a fool. You ultimately you become a fool. My grandma used to say that. You try to convince a fool, you the fool yourself. Fools can't be convinced. Fools can't be fools can't be convinced. Some people just cosmic fox, all facts. Hold on. Bust it down, Brown. Gary, bust it down, Brown. People use debate stage to preach. Yeah, some people do use
What up, though?
What up, though? What it do? What the business is?
I'm just chilling like a villain on some penicillin.
Speak easy.
What I miss? What
up, Speak?
What I miss?
What up, guys? How you guys doing?
Good.
I'm all right.
I was listening to your live a minute ago.
Yeah. I was listening into what you were saying about the debates that you don't think they're worth it. Like, do you mean like they're just like not useful to like in general?
I think like so it's levels to everything, right? I just don't believe most people on this app know how to debate. So it goes off context, and once it goes off context, it's like who's benefiting from it, right? So like we set up a debate. I'm used to like formal debating, and the experience I have with debate is not on the internet. It's like through high school, right? So a lot of those debates was set up, and even when I got out of high school, like in Michigan, we had a big conscious community. So like in the early 2000s, I'm going from bookstore to bookstore, and we debate. But even that had a format or a structure. Here is more like you said, it's a blood sport, and I understand, it's different tactics. I'm more with the information, right, and how the information can benefit. But I had an experience, right, where I was debating this young guy, and I like took everything from him, and he wanted to, end himself. So it's like I'm straight unless it has some benefit, So I believe you can get information, and how to debate is just who you doing it with and why.
Okay. So yeah, then I agree with that mostly there. That it's definitely certain people aren't going to get a benefit from it, right? Especially if you're like it's people that aren't actually paying attention to what's being said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like I definitely agree with that part. But the thing with like discussion, right? I find this is something I run into a lot with a lot of people. Is like they'll say, "Oh, we're trying to have a discussion, not a debate." But like when you have a discussion and like someone has one worldview on something, and then the other person that's a part of the discussion has the opposite, it becomes a debate because you're obviously going to explain to each other why you have these worldviews. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get that. And I don't really argue. I can't really argue with that because it's just an opposing views. But and even a discussion, like you said, generally it turned into a debate. Like a lot of times, or oftentimes, I have people on here from different faiths, and
well, only if you have opposite views. Like if we were to talk about something that me and you agreed on, right? We would probably just discuss the information and share the information with each other and the people listening. But it's a lot of the time discussions there's gonna, especially when you do these open panels, I found, because I do a lot of open panels, you're always gonna have people that have the opposing view of what you're discussing. So like the debate is something that comes natural with discussion of opposing views.
I would definitely agree. It definitely can lead into a debate. But let me ask you this too. So, like, if we have opposing views, do you automatically do you ever just not even accept, but just listen to the opposing side and just oftentimes I say like this, sometimes it's like what people eat don't make me shit, right? So it's like, okay, if that's what they think, I just be more interested in how people think. So a lot of times I don't feel the need to even oppose a person's views because it has no effect on me, right? So, but it's often that's how I,
Well, a lot of the time, so if it's something I want to find out more about, right? It comes in questions usually, right? And a lot of debating, you use the Socratic method where you do a lining of questioning to find the answer. And that's kind of what I do with an opposing view that I either don't understand or I question the validity of it. Right? I just kind of ask the questions, and then when they give me an answer, if there's a hole in their answer, yes, I tend to point that out because I believe living in truth is not only my duty, but it's really important to do this to inspire the culture that's listening in on these types of conversations.
And so let me ask you this. So, because even right now we have different ideologies, right? So will you say it's more about intent?
Well, sorry, is what about intent? My bad.
Like even our differences. So like you said, you're more interested, like you live in truth. So and like I said, a lot of times, like I listen to people and I'd be like, okay, that's how they look at it, and I don't really care to oppose them, but I do the same. Like I ask questions to understand more, but I think it's just more about intent, how a discussion even turns into a debate.
It could be, yeah. There's definitely there's gonna be people that they're literally trying to lead people into a debate that during a discussion. That's you're definitely gonna run into stuff like that. But the thing is, again, it usually starts off. I've found when this is why I got into debating, because me and the boys would always be chopping it up. And then I'd have different views than them, and we would end up in a debate about it, right? And I've noticed that if you have an opposing view during a discussion, it always leads to a debate, unless someone's just not willing to engage. Obviously, you can't debate a wall, but most of the time, if they're engaging, yeah, it definitely turns in. A debate is it's an argument, right? When you have an argument with your girl, you're debating with her in a sense, right? Like you're you know what I'm trying to say? You're trying to explain, hey, this is fucking stupid. Stop doing it this way. You know, this is why. Stop that shit. You know, whatever, right? It's that's what a debate is. It's simply an argument, and a lot of discussions about opposing views they lead to this.
Internal monologue. Yeah, no, I agree with that. You know, and then like I said, it's the intention. Like I don't think, I don't know if you were still listening, but who was that guy? Crucible or something? Like, bro, I'm like, okay, bro, he want to debate, but like, bro, you just trying to insult. It's cool.
Like, you talking about Crucible Ghost?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yeah, he that's why I said get ready for a lot of drunk prattle, because that's what he does. He gets hammered and hops up on panels. Yeah, and he's no way affiliated with the actual Crucible channel. He's just uses that name.
I didn't even know about the Crucible channel. I'm gonna have to check that out. But yeah, that dude was just weird, you know. And that's another reason, like, bro, we ain't ilk, bro. You can't. I can't debate you. Like, you're not inept. You don't have the skills or the ability. So why would I even waste my time? And then, you know, oftentimes. Like I share a lot of information, you know, but a lot of things that I share, you know, I make it practical so people can practice. And I tell people, you know, it ain't for everybody. You know, everything ain't for everybody. And people want me to prove stuff, and I tell them practice it. You know, practice it and see, that's where the proof lies. I mean, you want something tangible, and go do it. You know, like Ozzy was like emotional. EQ isn't a thing. I understand. You know, most people don't think it is, but I know it is because I practice it and I see the benefits out of it. So that's how I teach it. So
Of what? Sorry, the benefits of what?
emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence. And like, what's like, if you could just, because I know so many people define this differently.
Differently is so they is usually defined in 5 parts, but you know I brought it down to 3. Just having emotional awareness, being able to regulate your emotions, and not only understanding or being aware of yours, but understanding where people at in theirs. And that's just a better way you can interact with people, because if you can't control your emotions, someone else will. And that happens often in debates. You know, a lot of times people use gaslighting or just emotional trigger words to get you out of your, get you in your emotions and your feelings. And, you know, it leads to other things. But, you know, like growing up, like I was asking Ozzy, everybody's experiences is different. Like, but I was told not to cry. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. I wasn't able to properly learn how to express my emotion. So in turn, I didn't even know why at times I was mad or upset. And then when I start practicing emotional intelligence, I began to be aware of the emotion that I was in. I was able to regulate it and then properly express it. So I like practicing it. I see the benefits, like Christianity. You know, oftentimes people who don't practice it won't understand it, or any other faith or anything. Martial arts, you know, people who never practice martial arts don't understand the benefits of it.
Okay, yeah. So I can see what you're saying. So like you just saying emotional intelligence is recognizing the signs of human emotions and being able to act accordingly with your own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If that, I mean, if that's your definition, yeah, this is definitely an important thing to do. Yeah, like for instance, you just talked about crying, right? Like I don't think, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think you would tell men, yeah, just break down in tears to your girl about whatever you need to, and that's what, like you'd probably tell them to do this with like their guy friends or their father or something like this, right?
Like even like with grown men, I would tell them to do it in a safe environment. You know, it can, you know, like you said, would be a grown man, but if it's with your wife or significant other and that environment is safe, non-judgmental, do it there. You know, you got to find a safe environment. I give you an example though. Like my son 5, right? And you know he a kid, so he get upset and he cry. And I don't tell him not to cry. I ask him why he cried, and he said, "Well, I'm crying because you won't let me have that." Well, do you think you deserve it? No. So do you have a reason to cry? No. Okay then. So we good. When you are you crying? Is that go get you what you want? He's at 5 years old. He's recognizing it. You know, my godson, the same thing. You know, when I was younger, I was just told not to cry, and then if you do cry, you get whopped. You know what I'm saying? So that breeds more. Um, that just did something different to me when I was younger. So I understand what it did to me. So I was able to correct that with my kid.
Well, okay, I get what you're saying there. I think it's important to know there's times not to cry, though. Do you agree with this?
Oh yeah, definitely. I got tatted on me. Pain is weakness, bro. That's one of my mantras. Nah, you don't show pain.
Right, like that's what I mean. Like if you had like a bad day at work, you wouldn't say
Nah.
like, dudes, yeah, you should cry to your wife, bro. Like or, like, usually that's the last person you'd want to cry to, anyways. But like, yeah, okay, yeah, no, I think we're on the same page there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But
What? I actually wanted to ask you one more thing too. When you said you were bringing up earlier that the problem with debates is it brings it to somewhere that's not on topic. Is that what, did I hear that correctly?
it can lead off topic, and you know, because you do this right, so I'm pretty sure like when you I mean, I know you do like blood sport and, you know, more open debates, but you understand, like, you have a point of the debate, right? I'm pretty sure you want to prove your point. And a lot of times people can't prove their point. So they start gearing off topics just to be right, not to prove their point is right, but they just want to be right. And even in what we was just watching on here, that's what it started leading to, because that's the next part I was gonna play. Like when you was talking about you know, creation, and he went, well, creation doesn't have a creator. Like, hold on, bro, what? Like, he just wanted to be right. Like, bro, like you're not even attacking the context of what he's saying. You using one word to try to nullify. You're trying to nullify his point by discrediting his usage of this word, but you're not disproving what he's saying. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like.
No,
To
you're
me,
right. A
it's
lot of these, especially I notice a lot of lefties, you know, they do this. They obfuscate once they notice their worldview has been completely, all the holes have been punched in it, and they're in the corner. Then they completely obfuscate to something else to try and be right about something, right? Like he instead of addressing the point of what I was saying, he wanted to attack a certain word to hope that he got some W there. Yeah, that happens a lot during debates.
And like, and normally as soon as people begin to obfuscating, that's when the adaptation for the crowd. Like, I'm here for the people, right? I ain't trying to keep them confused. I want them to leave with something useful. You know, I'm not much of an entertainer. I'm not. I stay in my lane and do what I do. We come on here and joke off sometimes, you know, but I do what I do. I come and share information, then I get my ass off, you know. But yeah, all that obfuscating, I'm straight, bro. Like, it's, to me, it's a waste of time. Like, if I was doing this for entertainment purposes, yeah, you know, I'd be having fun doing that. But I'm not. You know, I don't even make money off of it. I get a YouTube check because I got some cool supporters, but other than that, I don't really make money off it. But I'm not here to make money. It'd be nice, but that's not the goal right now. Maybe later on down the road, but I don't even have the time to invest. That's why I'm on here late. Like, it's hard to support people, and yeah. So yeah, like that dude Crucible is like, it's the best content you ever had. Like, bro, you know, I usually erase shit like that. I don't even play it on my channel. I just erase it, like, fuck it, or I trim it up, you know, chop it up. But
Okay.
it was just a good learning experience. That's all dude kept doing. Was like, you're a fucking idiot. You're dumb. I'm like, bro, you can't even structure a sentence to make a point.
Yeah, I noticed you have like 32,000 subs. And
So check this.
I noticed this after I left yesterday, and I was like, how does he have so many subs? Where is everyone? You know, I was like,
So no, check this out.
Did you get like some viral video or something?
So last year when they started the what was that, the green screen, right? In the shorts last year, that's when, you know, they was pushing shorts in the algorithm, and I green screened a video of a cat chasing a dog, and shit just blew up. But then I got demonetized for that same video. They demonetized me for the same video, bro. So I had to erase the video. The video had like over 11 million views, but that's where everybody subbed up to the channel from that one video. So I actually had 33K, and over time it dropped down to 32. That video got me over 33K in like 3 months.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Like when they create new things, they push it through the algorithm, but that video did over 11 million views.
Yeah, and like I find with shorts, the thing you'll note that's why there's not many people here is because the shorts is people who sub to people for shorts, right? When they're subbing through the shorts, they're subbing for more shorts. They're not long content viewers.
And
that's actually why I made sure to never get too crazy with the shorts as I was building, because like I'm long content. Like I did a marathon because my channel reached over 1 million views, so I did a marathon for 50 hours not long ago. 50 hours straight streaming. Like, so yeah.
Dang.
Shorts will definitely get you the subs, but the engagement it's low usually, unless you're like a shorts person. Then that's good, and then you can just like run ads on your shorts and shit like that.
Yeah, I learned that, and I when I posted it, it was just being funny. I was actually listening to another content creator, and they was like, you know, that's one way to grow your channel. Do this many shorts, and I was in this little thing where like it was a group, and you know, you do shorts, X amount of shorts a week, and that one just went crazy. You know, that one just went crazy. But I learned that the hard way. Like, people who watch shorts, they just watch shorts. They don't really come. I had a couple people come through, but yeah, the majority of the people, not even in this country, bro. It was people from like Korea or the Philippines.
Yeah. Yeah, and it'll usually be like, again, it's just the people who's only looking at short content rather than any long form stuff.
Yeah, so I learned that the hard way. But I mean, like, that's why, you know, some people, I don't know, some people, you know, use that as a as an accolade, I guess, right? Well, I got this, so
yeah.
Nah, bro, I don't do all that.
Yeah, just like YouTube has this feature that you can promote your video, and then it gets you a bunch of subs and likes, and it's like, it's the same thing as those sites that sell subs and views and shit. Like, it's like, why the fuck would I do that? It would just, you know, I made sure my shit's been organic from the start because I didn't want it. I didn't want any of that type of shit to happen with the channel, right?
Yeah,
I feel like that puts you down in the algorithm when you have like a big boost of engagement and then all of a sudden you don't.
Yeah.
And that's what I think shuts it down.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that because during that month, and then going vertical too, like when I was going vertical, because it puts you in a short algorithm. So when they was first pushing that it was good because a lot of the people who was watching, you know, or came in light for the shorts, you know, they popped in every now and then. But I don't even go vertical no more because it's just a hassle.
Right, and if if they stop on it for like 10 seconds or something, that considers a view. So like, yeah, that like my I have another buddy that he gets maybe like 5 to 10 viewers max, but one time when he did one of those vertical streams, this guy had up to 40,000 people at a time at one point. It was nuts because it put him into that shorts algorithm.
Yeah, so I mean, it's beneficial. It's just, bro, and then I had, like I said, I just don't.
It's beneficial for like in a clout look kind of way.
Yeah.
Other than that, right? It doesn't get you paid. Doesn't like provide any good type of content. It's just it actually lower people's motivation to try harder and like produce more
content.
Shit.
It's but my bad. I ain't been in the chat, y'all. Ain't nobody new come in, did they? We only got 3 anyway. But my people, Cosmic Fox, appreciate you. Oops, and now I have to go. Nice hanging with y'all. Appreciate you, Cosmic Fox. Appreciate you. But yeah, so that was I was just speaking on that one part with you and with Wildheart. Because I thought like it's just trying to prove, and I kept telling dude like, bro, he digging holes for you. You walking right in them, bro. Like, just let it go. Like,
yeah, he did not want to, and he came to my channel after that too, and still tried to want to talk more. And I was like, dude, like,
it's levels to things. Like, it's some people I listen to. And I just listen to them. You know what I'm saying? I can learn something from them. And there's some people is like I don't listen to because I can't learn nothing from them. So I mean, if somebody got something fruitful, then okay, we can rock out. But like at people's pride, I don't know, ego, whatever way you want to explain it, like bro, just let things go. And I go deep into it. I start looking at the personality because a lot of people display their character on it. And if you just listen long enough, they tell you everything you need to know. Like old boy, he got his whole demeanor changed when I asked him. I'm like, bro, you got some deep rooted shit going on from your childhood. I start asking him like, how was your childhood? It was great. My family was great, mom and dad, and I'm a single kid. And he kept talking, and he was like, "Yeah, my brother and father." Hold on, bro. I thought you said you was a single kid. Like, okay, so let's talk about that. Like, oh no, I ain't want to talk about that. I think I kind of riled him up, but I did that intentionally. Bro, chill out, man.
100%. No, I agree. I agree. Yeah, no, I was just listening in, and when I heard the debates being not useful, I thought you meant all of them in general. But
Nah,
no, I think we agreed on that too.
yeah, and it's just why, like I feel like if it's done correctly, and you actually have like for me, not for everybody, different, votes for different folks, but for me, it's like I wanted it to be fruitful. I had to benefit from it in some type of way, or why even do it? That's just how I look at it. Because then you get people, will waste my time, and my time is precious. Like I said, I've been through a lot of shit, so I utilize my time differently. I guess I don't know.
No, yeah, no, I get it. That's definitely a fair and debate in general. Like I said, there's some people that when they get the opposing view, they'll just not even engage, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if that's your way of doing it, it makes sense.
And then it's like a lot of times, like what I found too, like even if you can uh, prove something right, people be holding on to beliefs and just keep fighting and fighting, and then it becomes like irrelevant. Like, and then a lot of times on here is like, okay, show me a source. People can't produce a source. So if they can't produce a source, now we just talking about your belief, So it's like I can't debate no one's belief, bro. If somebody believe in Tooth Fairy, bro, I mean, shit, I don't even care. That's up to them. Like, damn, go ahead, bro. If that make you a better person, go ahead
No,
and
I
believe
get
in
it.
Fairy.
Yeah, there's some people, and I've had that too, where there's some people that's just so out of it that I'm like, yeah, I can't even engage with you. It's just.
But debates can definitely be beneficial, if you get the right people, even if you get one right person who got information that's useful, it can be very useful, So a lot of times that's what I'm saying. Like for me personally, if somebody has some information that I don't know about, even if I have opposing views, I would more or less just listen, first, and then I go research it myself. So I don't really get into too many debates unless like we set something up, and then it's like, okay, well, let's do it. That's how I look at it. But no, I watch a lot of different, debate channels. Um, and like I said, sometimes it'd be good information, and sometimes it'd be like, I'm straight, bro. Like they just get to insulting one another. Like dude kept saying like I was gas. Like he didn't keep saying, he mentioned, oh, you're trying to gaslight me. I'm like, bro, you've been doing that the whole time. Like
Right?
you're projecting. Like I'm telling you what you're doing, bro, and you're not listening. I am listening. Nah, bro. You're hearing. Hearing and listening is two different things. Hearing is innate. Everyone can do it.
Yeah,
No
listening to
more.
respond. That happens a lot. A lot of people
Yeah.
just listening to respond. They don't even actually care what you're saying.
Nah, I'm like, bro, you good, bro. People here to react. And that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of times I can sit back and listen to people and I would know how to structure a sentence to get them to be capricious or have an impulsive moment just to react off of a word I say. And they will omit everything I say. And I do that just to get them riled up. But I don't like being in that spirit. So that's another reason I don't like debating, because sometimes it changed. I ain't gonna say it changed me. It's like I go places that I don't really care to be, you know. So it's like, nah, I'm straight.
100%. Yeah, like I say, I know I get contentious during debates. I'm definitely a blood sport debater, but I never hold it personal at the end. Right? There is some people that do, and they can't get over that, and well, that's why it's not for everybody.
Dark Lake, what up, though, bro? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. It's definitely not for everybody, and then that's what and that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's beneficial, then I'm down for it. But if it's not, people often want to debate just from a lot of my topics, and and like I tell people, I don't mind you challenging me. That just helped me get into my bag. It helped me delineate on the topic a lot. And be more concise about what I'm saying because I'm understanding how you're viewing it. Once I can understand how my audience view things, then I can proceed that way because a lot of the topics I talk about is like self-development. So you have some people who understand it from a philosophical point of view. And you have some people who understand it from a religious point of view. Or you might have someone understand it from a psychological point of view. So once I see how people intake information, then I can use that method to convey the message.
Yeah. See, me even though I kept walking him down and showing him all the holes in his logic, and I don't think he's was actually taking it in to actually realize anything. The hope is that anyone who had maybe some similar thoughts with him and they're listening in, right? They think to themselves, oh shit, this is actually stupid. I need to rethink my worldview. And it inspires the culture to move closer towards the truth rather than this, I'm okay with anything and, everything's, there's no such thing as moral, nothing's good or bad. It's just, it's not a place we want people to go,
No. You know what, man? My wife oftentimes she'd be on social media. She'd be wanting me to respond to different things on TikTok. And I'll be like, nah. She'd be like, why not? Like, 'cause I don't care. Well, you don't care about this? No, it's not that I don't care. It's I know. So you understand the parable, you don't give your pearls to swines, right? So
my mother used to say that to me all the time.
So oftentimes, like if
don't put the pearls in the pig trough.
Yeah, and it's like why if a person ain't willing to accept, I'm not willing to give. I'm not just about to give because it's like giving your pearls to swine. Like it's a waste of time. So like especially
the only difference here though, Word, is that not only are you talking to him, people are listening in, right? And that's what I'm doing, right? Like that. Okay. Even especially when I find dudes like him, it's more important that I'm talking to the whole crowd at this point. Like he's not listening anyways, right? So I'm just showing the people that listen in that this is what's wrong with this worldview. This is, you got to get away from that. That's the nihilism and all of this libertarian shit. It's just it leads down dark paths.
You know, honestly, if I don't often people don't really come over here like that. I get avoided a lot of things because having like like with I understand what you said. I can concede to that. It is important to, and like even like just reviewing this video tonight, I'm about to go over the part when I was talking about when me and Crucible was talking. Only reason I engaged in the conversation that long with him was just to show the crowd everything that I've been sharing over here is solidified through this interaction. Like simply put, like this is everything I've been teaching.
Yeah.
Like right here, dealing with this dude. So it was just an example, so I can't say that I don't or I won't, because I did yesterday. Yeah, I did engage in it. I don't engage in it often, but I see the benefits, to prove to the crowd. And even that interaction with them, I wouldn't, I should have looked at it that way, right? Because I think I would have got more out of it and wouldn't have had to review it to explain it versus just interacting with them in a manner where it was self-explanatory. But I think I was more or less displaying the behavior, the consistency of my behavior. I was showing Like even under like bro, like in life, you know, everybody got different experiences. But where I come from, man, words matter, but you have to have a thick skin because you have to understand your situation, the scenario. Popping off at the mouth will get your noodles knocked out. You know, so you can just say anything to anybody.
Right.
You know. And on this internet they allow you to. So it's like I didn't like what he was saying is like it's way worse. When I got tired of it, I kick you off. But like, bro, I like nah, that shit don't slide, bro. Like, and I mean, you know, so nah, bro.
100%. Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom of consequences.
Right. You can say whatever you want, but I don't mean you don't get touched.
100%. But I'm gonna let you get back to what you were doing here. I just wanted to have that quick convo with you, and I figured we'd agree, anyways.
Yeah, that was dope, bro. That was dope. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, good. It's always good talking to you. I'm gonna also share your link over here so everyone can come over to the channel, give your channel a like, sub up.
Appreciate that.
Check out your combos.
Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Commander, if you don't mind, can you drop link in the chat? I think they did drop your link in the chat.
Yeah, I can even just give a little salute in the chat there for everyone. I can see me there. I've actually started getting to the point if you just put Speakeasy with the Z, I come up first in the algorithm now, so it's a little humble brag that I like to
Speak easy with the Z. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was checking you out. Last night when I got off. And then a little bit today. And I'm like, yeah, I see yeah, I like their setup and the way. So let me ask you this: what is DebateCon?
So DebateCon is like so modern day debate hosts modern day debate. It's like a strictly debates channel, and they do all types of debate, literally from like flat Earth to Christian ethics to is OnlyFans good for society. Like they literally go all over the place and they accept all types of worldviews to debate each other. So they host like an in-person event. So the debaters all show up at, they're hosting it in New Jersey. They show up at the event, they debate live, and there's a crowd that sits in live too and listens and watches. So I'm not going as a debater this year, but I'm going for like, you know, the network, the experience. I'll do some IRL content, and just because I enjoy debate so much, so you know, it's going to be something entertaining for myself as well.
I'm definitely gonna tap in and check that out. That'd be dope. That will be dope. Rolo, what up, though? Appreciate you, bro. John Deadman. It's kind of like just what it says. Yeah, debate. Yeah, I just I like context.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be, and like Andrew's going to be there. A lot of big names are going to be there. It's going to be a big event. So
yeah, I just watched him in what's his name? No Fugazi. Was debating the Hebrews. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, he racked those dudes. He wrecked those dudes.
Like, man, I don't. That's how. No, I think the first.
My favorite part too is when the one dude is like, "What are you capping for the white boy for?" And Fugazi's like, "You got a white boy on your side."
Well, I was like when he. I mean, they kind of like I said, like when he asked them, "Are you prophets?" Yeah, I'm prophets, and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
as soon as they said that, I was like, "You done."
It should have been he should have stopped the show to go. It was at this moment he knew he
fucked up. Yeah. At that point, I was like, "It's a wrap." Good day, people. What up, though? It's the LD. Appreciate you. Yeah, at that point, I was like, "Oh no, he got him." And then when he was like, I don't know, he got frustrated and was like, "What did he say? I can't wait till you catch, cancer." Oh, because he smelled like, bruh.
Yeah. Yeah, like exactly.
That was tap off the head. Tapped off. tapped out.
Yeah, their whole ideology is just completely messed up. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna head out. But yeah, thanks for having me. Also, I'm gonna share your link one more time here. Everyone in my chat, make sure you guys come over, give a like, give a sub. Yeah, so a good talk, and I'll definitely be by again. And don't be shy, come on over anytime. And don't forget about Verbal Combat too. And this week we're doing 2. So
yeah, I'm gonna check on Friday. I'm gonna check that out, bro.
Yeah, man.
What time is that usually? 8?
9:30 p.m. Central Time is the after show, and then we're doing one at 12 p.m. Central Time as well that day. It's gonna be the first time we do 2 in the same day.
Okay, definitely. I'll definitely be over there.
Yeah, man, come through.
For sure, brother. Appreciate you popping up, bro.
Yeah, man, no problem. I appreciate you guys for having me. Take care.
You too, brother. Yeah, that was Speak. Shout out to Speak, man. Appreciate you, bro. Commander, the Minister, the General Defense is in the building. What up, dope? Cosmic Fox, I apologize. I done missed all the if I missed you in the chat, I apologize. Bricky, what up, though? What up, Nine?
What up, though? What up, Nine?
Chilling.
What's up, Gary? What's up, Gary?
What up, though?
So you already know I started putting pieces together for that clip I'm about to make, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I want to hear the intro to it real quick.
All right, let's go.
I can only play it because it's on my phone. I didn't actually make the clip yet, but I think this is it. Yeah, hold on. This is gonna be the audio I'm gonna use. So let me restart.
Chosen ones must learn the wisdom of silence. Silence in a world where everyone is quick to defend, explain, and justify themselves. Chosen ones must learn the wisdom of silence. Silence is also a language. Jesus showed us this wisdom in Matthew 7:6, when he commanded, "Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearl."
So I'm gonna use that in portions of the video that we're about to review now. I'm an asshole. Yeah, so I'm gonna use that in portions of the video we're gonna review now. Let's skip to this part. Yeah, I wanna so let me ask y'all this real quick, and then because I can actually ask y'all this and step outside for a minute. So what was your views and opinions about last night? Commander, you wasn't here the longest, but Gary.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Oh yeah, I hear you. Oh, I thought you was gonna still talk. I hear you. Go ahead. That was the question. Well, in the begin, well, dang, it's almost sound like the Bible. In the beginning. But as you guys first started having the conversation, everybody was, on topic, and once you switched over to the next subject, well, it switched itself. But that's when, Speakeasy had a lot of good points. The other young man, he, it's like he wanted to stay on that one point, but couldn't even get it across what he was trying to push out. So I think, he was feeling,
Are you talking about Wild Heart?
He was feeling lost. Yeah, Wild Heart. He was feeling kind of lost because I didn't understand because he's trying to. It seemed like he wanted something to be proved, but how could you prove something that you don't have an opinion on? You know what I mean? Like, if you don't believe that there's a God, what is the point of proving it to you when you already have your mind closed, right? So how could it was like, he had to see it to believe it type thing. So if you ain't going to see it, there's no need to have that conversation because you're not making yourself, appear sensible, right? Because you can't take nobody's experience and put it and to put it on display. Their experience is their experience with whatever God they're praying to or serve or however you want to look at it. So because of that, he was like a fish out of water because he didn't know what to do with himself after that. And then the voices getting louder, so we couldn't really catch every. I mean, we caught some of it, but we couldn't catch all of it because the 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 intensity of the conversation or the debate took it to a level to where he was out of whack once he couldn't see the proof. Like it was just a difficult situation for him per se.
You see, a lot of times that's why I say, I'm a follower of Dr. John Henry Clark, and he once said that I can only debate my peers, everybody else I can teach, right? So oftentimes you'll hear me say people are too inept, meaning they don't have the ability, the knowledge, or the skill to adequate debate me, or to debate me effective and efficiently. So it's like not saying that he don't have the skills or the ability or the knowledge to debate easy. He was just his levels to it, bro. It's his levels, and once you identify that, I mean, it, pride and ego comes in. Because it's gonna be a waste of time for it becomes a waste of time. So that's why I was saying it's not even a purpose half the time. You just go debate anybody, right? For me, it has to be worth it.
Yeah, but this guy didn't have a debate yesterday. So
What up, writers?
Nah,
What up, Nine?
what up, man?
I think he was doing
What
all
up,
right.
though?
What up, boo? He just
Oh,
was
Wildfire
getting
Well,
cut
was
off. He was
crucified.
getting cut off at times. So
No, not Wildfire. The bull crucified. The bull was just insulting.
yeah,
He was
he
just
was
insulting
trying
the
to
word of
insult.
he is like, well, he's like, you got
Oh,
background on debate. Well, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wait, but you ain't even give him nothing to debate.
well, we about to review that because that shit was wild. That what I would say about wildfire, like he
Wildfire been
had
through a
good
bit.
point. He had good point when he stayed on topic, but when he went into creating analogies, that's where he got lost at. Because I'm like, and he was just walking them like, bro, don't. I told him towards the end, like I tried to tell him at the beginning, like, bro, there's picks around you. I'm seeing what Speak doing, like, bro, this is like, so when you boxing, you put people in traps, right? You get people accustomed to moving a certain way, and the whole time they thinking they gaining ground when really they being put in the trap. They being set up, and I seen that, and I'm like, bro,
I,
you about to get
so
eviscerated.
yeah, at
no
that particular
disrespect, but I
time,
think
he
he
was
in a
like,
my bad.
"Go ahead, Riders."
No, I was saying no disrespect, but I think Wildfire on the spectrum.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm
I,
dead serious. I mean, I don't know where sees the signs or what, but I mean, listen,
I ain't saying nothing, bro.
I'm not trying to be
The
mean.
view.
I'm not trying to be evil, but he is too grown. Come on, like, come on. Speaky was telling him, like,
no,
even I put the example, like, there's no way in hell. Like, come on. It's like Commander was starting
if
to say
y'all
by this time, everything's okay with him.
right, but see, at that particular time, y'all remember like the Wile E. Coyote, right? The Wile E. Coyote would set up a trap and always get caught in his own trap. That's what he
So
was
that was
doing
Yeah.
Speaky and Wildfire.
in all reality,
what up,
right? And I'm
Olo?
sitting there like, how you not understand that? And then I'm laughing because when you first watch that cartoon, right? I'm staying on topic, but just we're gonna go down this little hole real quick. When you first watch that cartoon, you say, "Well, how the hell is Wile E. Coyote getting all this money to just buy these traps? Why he just ain't buying no food? Why he just ain't go get the food that he need?" Right? And that's what he was doing. He was just looking crazy. He was trying to put so much emphasis into analogy that he can't even speak out because he's getting whipped, because he's not even understanding what's being said to him, that it just, it was a lost cause. So he broke now. He's literally broke because he had spent all his idea on the one analogy and just kept getting caught in his own trap. So, hopefully he when he goes back to have that conversation again, even if he's going to stick with that, he has to come up with a better confrontation mode, because that wasn't it, because he looked at, very unprepared for the conversation. It was only a conversation, but he went into a debate mode and he looked it outmatched.
I think instead of him saying, listen, I haven't thought about that, I don't know, he wanted to come up with these scenarios. But see, if you heard what he said about the one particular scenario about, was it brothers? He did say that he doesn't agree with that. My question for him would have been, why? Why is it that you don't approve of that? Because I wanted to know.
No, he agreed with that. He didn't agree with the adult with the child part. That's why I'm like.
Oh, I thought he said he doesn't agree with two brothers being together.
Listen, with that one, he said, I don't agree or disagree. I don't know yet. That's why I'm like, it's on video.
No, well,
if he doesn't know, he should just say he doesn't know.
But I understand what he was trying to do, because he was saying he doesn't think about it. So it's like it doesn't exist to him. That's basically what he was trying to convey. Like, that's not my thought process,
And that's all he had to say.
Yeah.
Instead of saying if they don't know, if they're adults. And then I was thinking, okay, if they're adults, right? Like consenting adults. But if there's no morals, right, then what's to say that an adult and a child, like where does the consent come from for a child? If there's no, go ahead, writers.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was going with you and say he's got morals, because he agreed with that on that part with us. But with the sister and brother part, listen, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I think he knows somebody that's like that, and he doesn't want to make him feel bad, or listen.
But who's telling us it's wrong? Who's telling us that two brothers or a brother and a sister being together is wrong?
Well, if you want to take it the science way, when a brother and a sister get together, the same way that a father and a daughter get together, the child comes out, listen, either deformed or with complications, not just mentally, but physically.
No, but writers, if you listen to what he said, okay, so is it wrong if a brother and sister are both sterile?
If they
then
listen,
proving what you're saying, if they're sterile, then it's okay because they're not going to have children.
Listen, but he's still fucked up in the head, because how the fuck do you know when you don't know? You see my point? I'm sorry.
Well, what if they're both on birth control? See, I don't think. So you're saying that
they both on birth control. Wait, they're only females.
Wait, writers, you're saying that the only reason that it makes it wrong is because reproduction would be bad. That's the only reason.
Disgusting. Point blank. The first one is either.
Why is it disgusting though?
You want to fuck your brother, Commander?
No,
I mean, I'm sorry.
Why is it disgusting? Is it because you grew up together with the brother? What makes it disgusting?
That's your brother. Point blank. Listen, you gotta have morals. If you don't, you ain't taking my morals from me, all right?
But I think that's the point. I think that's the point Commander is making. Like,
I get the point.
Is wrong because of.
But I can't just
morals,
think of it not being
but
wrong.
if you don't have those morals, then what makes it wrong?
Right? Like,
but
for example, isn't that being stated about the royal people in England, that they that's how they continuously keep their bloodline. They inbreed. You know what I mean? That's why you can understand it. Yeah, but you can understand it, but it's the way you got to present it to make it understandable. The fact that he couldn't present it correctly,
now you're not wrong.
People are not going to understand what he's trying to say. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong. your presentation is what's going to allow people to try to understand you, one, and then it'll be easier to agree to disagree too.
Well,
But
he
if you
wasn't
don't know how to
allowed to
present
land the
it,
plane.
Dead.
oh, okay, okay, well,
Right, because everybody was
well,
like, "Oh."
But you know what's crazy, Commander? Like ever since I was little, right? I already knew what happens when you do the incest shit. So it's kind of like you gotta
But
prove
how
to
did you
me that it's
know?
okay.
Because your parents
I
told
seen
you,
that
or
shit. Like I was wondering why certain kids. Because listen, like I said, I got family members that
Is that
aren't.
Steez? What up, Steez? My
You know,
bad. My bad. I just had to say what up to Steez. Hold on, Steve. Steez got to be blue.
so I've had cousins that dated cousins and stuff like that, and I seen the consequences behind that ever. And I wonder why their kids came out, kind of, look, listen. I'm just gonna say it, mentally retarded. All right. The same way when I got a little older, I got with my baby pops, found out that his
we can't
cousins
say that word.
listen, his cousins are married. Do you know that
Damaging
all three of their kids came out either deformed or with mental problems? Is my point. I seen it growing up. So it's kind of like you're gonna have to prove to me that even besides this shit being nasty and turning your stomach, because regardless, ever since I was little, it was nasty as shit just to hear it. I cannot picture kissing my brother.
but
You see
why?
what
Is it because you grew up with him, like in
no,
the same household,
I don't know
or?
what it is. It's something in my head telling me, something in my gut telling me, everything inside me screams, no, it's wrong.
Okay.
And you know
But
what that
wasn't
is?
incest in the Bible though? Like, don't you think that there was incest in
But
the
remember,
Bible?
that's how Saddam and Gomorrah, the story, what did God do to them? Allegedly, right?
That's
But
not what Sodom and
What that
Gomorrah was.
was
No, but
two
what
That's not
men.
what that's
right.
not what Sodom and
see, y'all,
Gomorrah was.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
It
Like
was
that
way more than
opens up
incest.
another
It includes
term
the
because.
LGBT, it includes all that shit. So
But
my
no,
bad.
I'm saying though, but that's a slippery slope, especially debating because you have to talk about what happened when the ark. How did they repopulate the world? It
Exactly,
was
word.
family on
Right.
their boat. I mean, I'm
Because
just saying, it's a
that's the
slippery
yeah,
slope.
but that's what I was
I
about
mean,
to say. Because if you
you
take
gonna
the
have to
all
get
right,
in. But I'm gonna
go
say
ahead.
this though. This is why I say it's a slippery slope
Glory
because
to each one.
you have to get into the translation. You have to go back to the original text. Because even when they said family, it was Noah's family, and his kids.
Not
I will
everybody.
have to show you, but you have to go into the text because it's a lot of assumptions. Like if you read the English, they was brother and sister, but that's not what family meant. I mean, that's not the way the word family was described because people who will argue that the Hebrew word for the way the character was written that Noah's kids was married, but that's an argument, that philosophical people been. I mean, people who practice, so it's just a slippery slope. And if you, like I'm saying, if you don't have the resources to go into that, I just think
Yeah.
is.
That's why I was like,
Because
you would have to
like
prove to me,
if
like,
you like even if
no.
you don't hear that the word said before, right? We gonna excuse whatever word has put out there, right? Wasn't your first assumption that Adam and Eve and their kids was having incest?
No, not mine. I asked because you got to realize, like I
How
said, I even said it before.
how
There's
old
two.
was you when you asked?
I was like 6 years old because you got to realize if
Oh,
in the
okay.
first chapter it says he shall create them as their image. Then out of nowhere, I'm sorry, no, out of nowhere, he's creating them out of his fucking rib, and he's throwing, he's making, putting air in their fucking, how was it? It's still two different versions to this shit. I was
It's
questioning
too
the
creative.
Bible at a young age.
But my question would be then, even with that, wouldn't that be a form of incest? You having
How? There
sex
was
with
different
yourself.
peoples.
You
I
having sex with
questioned it.
yourself.
How was the world? How did the world get populated?
So
repopulate
this
if there's
Adam and
only a
Eve,
so
pay
this
attention to the Bible.
so
It
this
was
is
more.
so this is the thing, right? Even when you're talking about that portion of the Bible, where the argument comes from incest is where when Cain left, right? When he went out to the world, he got a wife. You know, people argue because the Bible don't say where the wife came from. So
Right.
people will say it was his sister, right? But then he went into a land and it was people there. So who's to say he didn't get a wife from there? I mean, so that's what I'm saying. It's all contextual. You'll have to really go into the translation, but that's even explainable because, like I said, it's two creation stories. Adam and Eve was the people created and put in
Three.
the garden. It wasn't history, but just for conversational purposes, like common knowledge
Oh, my
purposes,
bad.
we gonna say two, right? No,
Got
you
you.
cool, bro. You know, you cool. It's three. It's definitely three creation stories. But for conversational purposes, for resource purposes, I'll say we go state two, just not to advocate anybody. So when Cain went into the world, it was people already there because God made man in his image and likeness, and he made man and woman simultaneously and told them to go forth and be fruitful. So from there, that's how the world was populated, and that's where the people came from when Cain. That's just interpretation, comprehension from reading the Bible. So you know that, like, for me, is easy to defute that Cain had incest, you know, with his sister, and it was already people in the world. But like I said, it just depends how people try to debate it.
Yeah,
But it's definitely, but it is definitely incest in the Bible. But those are the two most common parts of the Bible that people debate incest in.
Exactly. Right. Right.
I never thought about even thinking about the instance. I never thought about a brother fucking a sister in the Bible when it said there were other people. That was my first question, and they told me I was crazy. You see,
But where did these other people come from? Like at the end of the day,
the creators
wasn't
are
everybody
created.
just family?
No, if you notice, it is more than one God. Listen, I think it's one God, different names, but I don't know because listening to word, I don't know.
So different people were created that weren't related.
I don't
Is
think
that what you're
everybody
saying?
was related. That's what I'm trying to
You know,
say.
we can go to the Numeralition. I can explain that.
Because what's
And
crazy,
what makes us related?
listen,
Our
the
parents
Noah's
who
Ark.
created us? God who created us?
I know we was created by our parents. You see my point?
Primitive people thought very deeply and logically before they started getting married to non-blooded related partners, not within a family and sibling. Rob is right. That's why I say a lot of culture. Do you know what blew my mind? And I just learned this, I think at the beginning of last year. I was watching this documentary on BBC about like Alaskan. I think I shared this. I think I did a video on it. But Alaskan customs. Do you know they share wives? Like they it's
No,
normal.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
they share. And people, they take care of the kid because the wife had it, but they don't even know if that's their kid because they share wives. That's a custom. And that's what I forgot the tribe, but the people who actually live in the igloo. I forgot the name of it. But that was I was like, wow, and it's that's normal to them. So when people come visit, that's what they expect, to share wives. So it's still it's cultures that believe in wife
They
swapping.
had the real wife swap back then. Swipe,
Yeah.
swap. Let's do it.
Well,
It ain't no
I was
TV show.
told that in my family on my dad's side that they try to keep their blood strong, and so they would marry within the family. I'm not saying that I want to marry my brother. I'm not saying that or I want to be with. Not saying that. That's what I was told was
No,
going on my dad's side because they
But
were
it's a
no,
lot
very.
but that's a real thing. That's what I'm saying.
of
That's a real thing. That's why that question that they was throwing around, like, it's a real thing that there's real people that do it. People in hierarchies have done that to keep their bloodline in royalty, as far as the first family in England, right? Or people further out east. They do that for real. So, like his question was valid. I'm just saying he didn't know how to present it to where it was nothing like it was nothing to have a conversation with, because he didn't know how to present it right. Like how we're having this conversation now, right? It could have went this way because Commander's asking questions, Riders is answering, right? We did because we're all listening to understand everybody's point of view. But when you don't know how to present it, it gets frustrating. Like, what are you saying? You sound like that or that or that. You see what I'm saying? So it messes the whole flow up of the conversation when you don't know how to present the question right. And I think that's where he went wrong at.
Wildheart.
Yeah.
He was trying to be thought provoking.
This is what I'm gonna say. This is what I'm gonna say to that question.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
What's that, brother?
Hey, nah, bro. Look,
I'm not touching that.
I believe I believe in communication etiquette, right? So a lot of times when I'm trying to convey something, I make sure I don't go to an extreme, right? And that way everyone can relate or associate to what I'm saying. Like, hey, look, man, it can be thought provoking and all that, but I can't relate to that. So I'm not going to be able to concede to your idea. It's going to be hard, but that's why I don't really go to the extremes. I make things, where people can actually practice it or at least associate with it, So, but that's what I'm saying. Like everybody has different skills and abilities. But I want to play a little bit of this and get y'all take on this. I want to know what y'all was thinking when this was happening. Hold on.
The shreds of fucking Kensington. What the fuck?
Not one step back. Not one step back. We have to.
You
what the fuck you're fucking retarded.
And sorry to take over your panel. We're going to recede and be cool.
I mean, it's better content than you're going to get. Let's be honest.
No, because this is the part.
Yeah,
I think I cut into him. I think I cut into
Just going to say the bullshit Riaz was talking was men and women are equal. That's the bullshit, bro.
Yeah, but also Riaz wasn't allowed to
men
finish
and
his
women
thought.
aren't equal.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't allowed to make his point.
And that's what that's what I was telling him earlier on that live. Like the environment wasn't conducive for him, and I have to apologize for him for that. Because
I think it was just fine, and he held his own, but he ended up losing his thought at the end. But
that was
you
funny,
saw what
man.
he said in chat, right?
I didn't see. I didn't see what he said in the chat. I know he got gangster on the panel. Like I was like, oh, like all that whole rap side came out of Rhea eating them rap chips. Nice P rap chips. Yeah. Oh, nah. He got bounded on him. Shout out to Rhea.
He's been practicing on panels. Rhea's getting better. He's like, I'm holding my own. I've been practicing.
He wasn't trying to say that men or women are the same, like physically or like.
The same hand in hand, but the bull misunderstood him. The bull was in his feelings. I think that's what was cursing his girl out, right? That was the same guy that cursed his girl out on the panel, or whatever she is to him.
No, that was Ozzy but they know each other. They got that relationship where they, go back and forth. But that was Crucible talking to Ozzy's girl. And he was like, I'm trying to white knight. I'm like, bro, I don't even care. I'm talking about what you saying to me. Like that dude, but it made sense what Speak said. I kind of figured he was drunk. I'm not gonna lie. When I listen back to this today, I'm like, he owned something. So alcohol, whatever. I'm like, yeah, he owned one. Cause dude, I'm like, debate what? Like you can't debate. I'm like, bro, I never said I was debating. What is you talking about? You can't. And I'm looking like, nah, bro. And then when Tay came in the chat, I'm like, let me get rid of him.
He was
Tay
speaking
come
to
up.
somebody in the chat, and then the bull got defensive on word. I was cracking. I was like, wait a minute. He wasn't talking to you. He was talking to someone in the chat.
Word. Before you brought up Crucible, you asked Ozzy, "Is this your boy? You know him?" And he said, "That's my boy."
Yeah.
And then later on, he was like, when you said that's your boy, he was like, he acted like he didn't say it was his boy.
Yeah. I
He
was
literally
like,
said those words.
I'm like, bro, I was like, I didn't know what was going on. But like I said, listening is is not an innate ability. You're not born listening. It's a skill you acquire over time. So and it's levels to it. And like, people say they listen to respond. I don't believe in that. I believe people hear to react, and it shows because, like I said, I can prove that. I can structure a sentence now and get most people to react to it versus respond. It's just what they call emotional triggers. That's all it is. So like, even when he kept saying, "You're dumb, you're this, you're that," he was trying to emotionally trigger me, and I'm like, bro, this is like preschool shit to me. Like,
Children say that, dumb.
yeah, like,
He's
bro,
just so
like,
used to saying it.
and then people, but this is what I tell y'all, we're gonna do an update on Unfuckwittable, but it's like, once you learn a person's intent, you really, like, normally I won't even entertain it, but it don't bother me at the same time, because I know a lot of it is just projection. That's all it is. Like, that's why when I start asking him about his childhood, like, dude start lying, and I'm like, oh, so you're showing that you're a liar now, but you're uncomfortable answering this question. Why? Because I know it's something that's you're trying not to be triggered.
Because the truth hurts.
It does, bro. Let me see where we at right here. Not me, bro. I don't play that shit.
All right, Crazy. Oh, you don't joke around. You're serious, right, bro?
That's one of the problems we have in today's society, that people want to make equality between men and women, and when we all have our no differences, complement one another. So I couldn't do it. I'm straight, literally.
Shut up, the Carney's right.
I'm straight deliberately, said every gay guy ever.
So, that was a joke.
Wait,
I thought that was funny. Because when I was like, "No, I'm straight," he was like, "That's what did he say? That's the same thing every gay guy say." So that was a joke. Like, I took that as a joke.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was the timing of it. I always appreciate a good joke. So
that was fine. I just didn't know what he said because the accent overtook the language. I mean, it overtook the actual words. I'm like, wait, what he say? And then the guy laughed behind him, so I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, the other dude, Crucible, was telling me to shut the fuck up. I'm like, bro, who is you talking to? Like, bro, nah, we don't do that over here. You ain't about to, bro. Like, nah. And hold on.
I'm playing.
I know. Trust me, though, bro. I like the badger, bro. No, but no, what you said, I mean, I get the point, and I love the the emphasis you created. But yeah, men and women ain't equal. I understand what he is. He talking about women's intuition and the emotional aspect of women.
If he likes to make an argument, he can join. He can make an argument if he wants to make one.
Who cares about emotions and fucking emotional intelligence? Who fucking cares, bro?
2 + 2 is your tone, by the way, Australian. Your tone, crazy. I'm just gonna say that. Your tone.
Yeah. Hang on, Crucible.
Your tone, dude.
Hang on, Crucible. Hang on.
I'm offended.
No, hang on, Crucible. There's someone here to talk to you. Crucible. Okay. There's someone here to talk to you.
How are you?
I don't know why I like that.
Oh, that tone.
Bond, you
hello, man.
How you doing?
No, it's hello, dum dum.
Hello, dum-dums.
It's Kieran's wife. Hello, how you
Yeah,
doing?
you know what? I'm so enjoying you this new year. So enjoying listening to you and seeing you on chat this new year. You have just
me?
fucking flourished. Yes, you.
Well, Dum I just bought an RV.
I take. Hold on, y'all friends, right?
Dum-dum. I just bought a fucking SUV.
Hey, where Bond go?
Shouldn't Kieran buy it for you?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, he did, yes. Yes, but he
See, at that point, I'm like, y'all friends, right? Okay, you can rock out, shit. Y'all talk to each other, man. That shit weird, but go ahead.
let me choose it.
Hey, so since we got another female on here, can I ask you, Miss, if you don't mind, what should be some?
Don't ask her age, brother. She
bro, it don't. The more wisdom, right? I think be some reasonable expectations for women in today's society.
Yeah. What are you gonna ask her? Ask her it.
Yeah, I don't understand what. Yeah.
It's all right. He's a little slow. It's all right.
Were they lit?
I think
Were they
so,
lit?
bro. I'm like, what? Nah,
He said, ask her. The question was asked, and she said, I ain't understand it. I'm like, okay. Well, maybe they think that our accent is not understandable. I don't know, but something was wrong with that whole thing right there, right? Because you sounded clear to me, right? And for them not to hear it, I don't know. I don't know what happened. It's not like you blinked out.
Some
You
people ask
you didn't
again
have.
to give themselves time to think about the question. Sometimes.
Word took us straight to Holly Weird.
But I hope they know each other. But
Yeah,
I just don't. I don't know if I could call somebody. Wait, I can't get that comfortable. But
look at Kearney, bro. He looked like what? He looking in the camera like what
She's
the
an
fuck?
Australian wife.
Yeah, it's the I think the difference, like because dialect. Even though we're speaking English, the dialect is different. So it can be the word structure or anything.
But not all Australian women are like this, man. Because we know one woman from Australia, shit, she not like that.
Perpetual.
Yeah, that's why I'm like.
Does she have a husband though? Does she have a husband? There, point.
It don't matter. Like, but y'all said the accent, so I'm like, wait a minute.
Commander on petty mode. Hold on.
Yes, she is. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Is it reasonable? Just ask the fucking question. It's your fucking panel.
Look at Kearney. Kearney looking like, what the
expectation.
fuck?
Hold on,
bro. No, bro. Where you from? You from the state? You from outside the state? He ain't even say nothing about like him.
Ask the question.
Crucible Ghost, bro. Where you from, bro?
What's the question?
Hang on, land the plane.
Oh, you're asking me, the lady that joined? Okay, thank you for asking me.
No, let me go back a little bit.
Asking me.
That's why I say y'all cool. She ain't complaining. That's why I say y'all cool. She ain't complaining. Her man right there, he ain't
It's your
complaining.
panel. It's your panel. Dumb.
No, I'm saying
the word your panel. How dare you allow Crucible Ghost to speak to my
How
wife?
dare you?
What the fuck? How dare you?
How dare you allow me to join the panel? How dare you let me talk to Kieran's beautiful wife like this? Like, Jesus Christ.
No, I'm saying I don't know the way you was talking to me. That's all. I'm just trying to get straight, bro.
Ain't nobody even talking to you, dude. Just, I will make an argument. I will make an argument, and I'll accept it.
Well, hang on, Crucible.
Maybe.
Hang on. The word. Sorry to take over your panel. It turns out my wife and Crucible have beef, and sorry to take over your panel. We're going to recede and be cool.
I mean, it's better content than you're going to get.
See that part right there? I'm looking like, bro, who the fuck you like? Look, man, it's good. I always tell people, bro, I'm only what I'm allowed to be, right? And I appreciate y'all for coming over here and respecting the decorum, and we rock out. We have fun. you know. But at the same time, I ain't never said I was positive or nice. My wife would tell you I'm an asshole, bro, on some real shit. Like I choose to be what I am, and I don't come on the internet to be hard, gangster, none of that. But we ain't accustomed. I'm not accustomed to people talking to me like that in real life, and I'm not bold to concede to it on here. And the only reason I allowed it to go on because at this point right here, you can hear my tone, and then you will see my whole demeanor change for the rest of the show. But you see where I'm at right here. I made a conscious decision, like, oh, your ass about to be a learning tool. I'm about to have some fun now. Now I'm about to have fun. So yeah, I don't have to be all belligerent and cussing, and I can still articulate what I'm trying to convey. But now I'm about to make you feel something. So that's where my mindset was right here. You can hear my old demeanor, like, nah, bro, you ain't. And then I, reverted back and was more. It seemed like more passive, but pay attention.
Be honest.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey,
Yeah,
Connie.
I appreciate everybody for
Oh,
coming.
Tarny.
In the morning. I'm about to take
Yeah,
my.
we're here. Accept us. Accept
Okay, no
us. We
But yeah, I
appreciate being here.
everybody coming through. Is there at that part I was like, fuck y'all. At that point, I was like, man, fuck y'all. I'm about to get off here before I snap. And then I'm like, you know what? No, fuck that. Because I think it's what, an hour. I went an hour even after I said that. That's what's up. Oh shit, I went 2 hours, but hour and a half.
Well, really, at that point, yeah, you were already kind of past the time that we normally, stay on panel or whatever.
Yeah,
Usually
you
close
was
out the
rocking.
stream.
Well, that's my fault because
4 hours.
I wasn't there to referee and get him out of there. Like, yo, it's time to go.
You didn't end this
It's
live
time to
until
go.
4:10 in the morning, and you started at 12:30.
I paid for it in the morning. I think I laid down for an hour before I had to get up. And
Yeah, look, you almost did a 4 hour live.
Yeah, I did 2 clients and slept for another 30 minutes, and then my wife's been running me all around since we've been running around since I got off the live earlier. I came home, put the kids to sleep, passed out. I just woke up again, like, bruh. I took 2 naps today. I'm getting old, bro. No, I ain't doing that shit.
Wow.
See, Ozzy gave you an out to like say goodnight and close out, but then since you kept going, he's like, "Oh, all right, well."
Yeah.
Word was already frustrated with Crucify. Crucify was like, man, that boy. Listen, Word had patience. I would have dropped that. I would have dropped him off my panel. I was mad that Nate got impatient too. I'm like, damn man, Nate would have had a good eulogy right now.
Oh, Nate, I mean, you ain't see what his live was. Respect him out. He gonna have a eulogy watch.
I was waiting for him all day today.
All day to come
I
on.
kept falling asleep, and I was like, man, he ain't going on live. I kept falling
Yeah,
asleep on my pops.
when I seen that title, I was like, oh yeah, he about to cook. He gonna say something.
Yeah. They didn't let him talk since he got on the panel. He was like,
But,
wait, what is going on? The conversation was going crazy when he got on.
Nate, baby, you didn't want none of that mess.
No, I think Nate would have gave him a nice eulogy though. But they was all talking. My head was.
You know what? But see, this is what I'm saying. Like that for him, like it's some people like he wanted that back and forth, and since I didn't give it to him, it kept frustrated. It made it. That's why I was sitting back laughing. Every time I'm looking like, damn, this boy can't even form a sentence. He kept getting more belligerent, and I'm looking like. That shows his frustration. First, he was, oh, I'm not insulting you. Oh, you think me calling you an idiot or dumb is insulting you? And I'm like, bro, where you from?
But see that situation right there, it in all seriousness, it just goes to show you that some people's peace is chaos, right? They don't know how to sit still and relax. They have to have a toxic situation or topic to keep the flames going, right? No pun intended. It's just the simple fact that they don't know how to, like, if peace is around them, they'll find something to turn that peace into chaos. That's just some people that just have that toxic energy, right?
That's the
Because
way they banter. That's what they're used to, and they're still friends. They banter with each other like that. But he doesn't know words. That's the thing. Like when you don't know someone, you gotta take it easy.
You gotta know your boundaries. Like, it is a limit to certain things.
But you
But
can't.
that
Okay,
shows
so
the
if that's the
character,
case, you
though.
can't.
That
Yeah, you can't
the
come. You can't.
consistency.
That's like, yeah, you can't. That's like you saying, okay, I'm going to somebody's house, right? I'ma just step in some mud and I'ma just track it all over the house. You can't do that. You don't even know these people want your shoes off at the door. You don't even know how that's
Good
gonna
point.
work. So you,
Yeah, I know.
you just
Yeah.
you just you just stepping in stuff for what? That's your toxic situation. Somebody might want their floors clean. You know what I mean? So just walk around in socks. But if you just enter somebody's house with muddy shoes, you think somebody's going to accept that? You can't do that. You're a guest.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm saying, like, some people's, like, there's not
Some
even a decorum or respect, right? Because if I go to Riders Live, I have to be respectful. I can't just, what up, my dog? Even though, because I don't know who's listening. One, I don't even know what the energy is like. Two, so it's different when I come up here and say, "What up, though?" Right? Because this is us, right?
that
But if
comes
Right.
I'm
out of
going to
love.
somebody else's panel, I can't go around and act like that. I can't do that. I have
Well,
to have some understanding.
he's known to be like a belligerent drunk, right? So, like, you're not gonna let a belligerent drunk in your home, probably.
No.
So, word let this person on panel, and then it's up to him to kick out the person from his house or play with him,
Mm-hmm.
like he
But see,
did.
he gave him the
He
benefit of the
played with
doubt.
him.
Well, I give
And
him,
that
I
Oh,
would
give
okay.
him the
probably be
benefit
the
of the doubt. For
that
real,
would
for
probably
real.
that'll probably be the last time you ever see him on my panel, unless I need another teachable moment. To be honest with you. Um, and even like his like I said, it just displayed his consistency. Even though he was doing it to Oxy, they have that understanding. I don't know, dude. So like if you look at the way me and Oxy was going back and forth with him, but when he talked to me, he was able to establish a meaningful conversation because the level of respect we showed one another. Even when he was saying fickle, like, okay, I didn't understand what context he was saying, but I understood the definition of the word. So I was like, okay, that's just an opinion. Ain't like it's something bad. It's just, uh, you know, changing frequency, especially as regarding one's loyalties, interests, or affection. Like, so when he said it, I didn't understand under which context he was saying it under. I'm like, I just gave him an explanation. Like, no, it's just a decorum over here. And even though I was letting other people go back and forth, no one came at me. So, what change do you see in me? So for me, it was just correcting versus but anyway, let me play a little bit more. It's it's daily
Okay, so
self-explanatory.
the word. Let's pick an actual
Let
topic.
Carney talk.
Oh, Carney.
Yeah,
He never talks.
Let him talk. Yeah.
Hey, Word. I'm
Go ahead.
gonna break off, man. Thanks for having me on your show. I appreciate it. Hit my YouTube. You can check it out.
Yeah, hey, do me a favor. Go ahead and type in a chat real quick, and then I'm gonna have Commander drop a
Well,
link. And that way,
do
when I
me a
go,
favor and don't do that.
Well, fuck off, kid.
No, you fuck off.
they all know
You ever made a
man.
good argument a day in your life?
I just did. Fuck off.
So all y'all know each
You'll
other.
never be on my panel. Guaranteed.
You don't have a panel.
Yeah.
I'm Crucible. Crucible. Where's your panel, bro? Send the
Well,
link
call me
to your
Ghost.
panel.
You can't call me Crucible. Well, what were you
I'm
saying? It's like,
asking.
oh, next time I'll get you. Next time I got a burden of. Where's your panel? Well, I would make the same exact argument against you. Where's your panel?
You've not even
I
got the
don't
mic.
fucking care. I don't care, bro.
My channel is running right now. So.
Well, I don't care either. So I have the same. I don't care either.
Crucible. That's why I
Look,
love you
Word,
because
you have a good one.
that's why I love you
Everybody,
right, brother. Yeah, yeah. I
You guys
appreciate
have a good
you.
one.
Yeah, I'll be
Not
checking
a
you out.
problem.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
the word,
Yes, sir.
hang on, the word, pick a new topic. Let's talk about something important instead of how much crucible sims over my wife. Let's just talk about it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would love to.
That was a retarded
We can
argument.
link up tomorrow, but it is
Nate, what
it's
up,
4
bro?
o'clock tomorrow, man. I got to get up in 3 hours. I got 2 clients in the morning.
Oh, bro, you're shutting down.
Yeah. But I usually come on late at night, like 12:30 my time. I'm on the East Coast, so
Yeah,
I
very cool.
you
I don't know what the fuck
projecting.
you're fucking.
Nate, what up, though? Nate the greatest in the building, people. Yeah, I can't.
Nate, baby. Moot, moot.
You're
Retarded goal is,
projecting.
but
Substance. That's all you can do.
did you
Just try
use
to
that 2
insult
years of
because you have no
debating
substance.
when you got
You
your
have no
degree?
substance.
Good
You have
argument,
no
dumb.
no substance. That's all you can try to do is insult. It's called emotional
But
triggers. bro.
no. Well,
You're
sir, I'm not
basic.
going to insult you.
You're
I just think
basic.
you're too dumb to
You're
have the
basic.
conversation. To be
You're
honest,
basic, bro. You're basic. Just
See, that's what I was telling them. Like, bro, you just trying to trigger me emotionally. That's why you keep throwing things out that you feel will insult me. But it's telling me more about you than me. These are the things that you feel are insulting. Why? Because these are the things that you have been affected by. You know, there's a reason you keep saying dumb dumb. That's because they probably called you dumb dumb your whole life. And since it affected and triggered you, you think it has an effect on other people. But I know I'm not. I know my IQ. So why would I care what someone who can't even structure a sentence believe?
See,
You
there's a
know, so
difference. Or there's a difference between a statement and an opinion, and he didn't have an opinion. He gave a statement.
mhm.
It's a big difference. So right there, like at the end of the day, he's still leading with disrespect. Not one at one moment in this conversation or throughout the whole live did he show you any type of respect. He can't even handle you talking back to him. He got defensive, started insulting. That's what I'm saying. Like he couldn't handle the fact that you kept saying there is no debate. He had no debate. What was like the whole thing started because he wanted you to debate, but what was you going to bring to the table for him to debate? Is my question.
that was the part. Silver smoking now, native nut. But that was the point I'm making. Like, bro, what we gonna debate? Like, what points do you have? You said, oh yeah. I'm like, I was telling him about my background. I didn't say I wanted to debate. I was just
But you
telling
wasn't
you I
even telling
debated in high
him.
school. High school debate in
They
high
had nowhere to
school.
go. He didn't want to leave.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah, and I
He had
figured
a
that.
fan. He became your fan that day.
I will, my thing. I didn't. You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. Do you know how I try to avoid making people stand? 'Cause it's very easy. You give them too much attention when they trying to get attention. If I was reacting to him, then he know like he can get that emotional get off from me. Like if he needs to let some of that out, he can come over here and get that off. I'm straight and I'm good.
That's what it reminded. Damn. Thank
Yeah,
you, Nate. It
man.
reminded me. This episode right here, you know what we're gonna name it? An episode of Breaking Bad. You know the bull with the meth lab, bull head. Like, yo, I swear to God.
Let's get to the part where Word made it an intervention. And then we all felt sorry and wanted to all
So
go
why
around him
are you
with hugs.
there?
You wanted to go hug him after that?
just admit it. You
We all
basic,
wanted
bro.
to do a group hug.
You have no substance. The only thing you can do is get people emotionally riled up. And for some odd reason that's satisfactory to you.
Bro,
You know
I'm not
why?
even. I get
Because that
people over
makes you
here, but I
excited.
just join them. No, I don't get people over here, dumb dumb. If you're the one that has the channel, you
Excited.
should get people over
You
here.
need to work on that. You need to work on it, bro. Work on yourself. You
Bro,
might
I
never
don't have
lose
2
it.
years. I don't have 2 years of debate. You know, fucking retard.
And there's a reason why I don't debate no more. But you don't know because you don't listen. If you would have let me finish talking, I was literally about to tell you I don't do it no more. But no.
So
because you weren't good at it.
Nastiness and filthiness inside you, and you project it, and you use excuses and justifications like, "Oh,
that's cope as fuck." What do you mean, dude?
Yeah,
that's
hang
cope,
on. So
Did he say that was cap as fuck? Was that
No,
what
he
he
said that
said?
was dope as. He said that was dope as fuck. Because I told him all that
Oh,
shit inside of you, you're using debates as justification to get it outside of you. That's basically what I was telling him. Like, bro, that's all projection. That's what's in you, and you trying to get it out because it don't feel good. But most people don't know how to work on themselves or fix themselves. So what they do is try to unload on other people, make other people experience what they hurt people hurt people. But watch how
yeah.
Ozzy
when
set
you,
it up.
Charles.
when you say insulting, what's insulting?
Yeah.
Him calling me a retard.
Well, you are kind of fucking
Why not?
retarded.
Why not that? It's kind of fun, bro.
Now watch this. Watch
But
this.
see,
Watch
You
this.
that's
dum
what
dum. You
he
dum dum.
don't know.
Don't know what? That you
Where I
have
come
2
from.
years of debate experience and you don't even want to debate me because you're so
Debate for
tired.
what we gonna debate about? What are you gonna debate me about, bro?
I'll
I only
debate you about
here.
anything.
Everybody
I'll
else
debate you about
educated.
it. You pick the topic and I'll debate
You
you.
don't even have the vernacular to debate me, bro. What is wrong with you?
Bro, you keep that's
okay.
cope. Debate the topic and stop. You're
What
coping.
topic?
Fucking pick the topic.
I'm coping.
Coping. I knew he said
So,
something. I'm like, wait, what?
like people, I'm not even, gonna associate that to nothing, but I'm gonna just use the word itself. Like, I'm coping. So I guess what he was trying to say is this is the way that I'm trying to concede
Cope.
without conceding. Yeah, is by coping. Is like I want to concede to what he's saying, but the way I'm doing it is to deflect, basically.
Deflect, or you feel like you're losing, or you're going through something, or what like that's wow.
Basically, he's saying he on my head in a way I'm overcoming him, beating me down through deflection. So I guess
Oh,
that's a coping mechanism. Yeah,
right.
I don't
That's
know
what I
what the
thought
hell
about.
it
Like
is. Yeah,
that's why I'm like, wait, I'm confused. What is he still? What is? Listen,
he
I don't know.
confused, bro.
Maybe like he's belligerent or whatever. Like I said, but I'm sticking with my original statement. Some people's peace is chaos, because that made absolutely no sense.
And that
Right.
is presented. Just listen for a minute. He go basically. Well, I'm gonna tell you.
If I could,
You the one
Retard.
initiated. You pick the topic.
if I
Well,
could,
yeah, that's true.
the word, if I could, Dum Dum here, Crucible, he's known for this.
Dum.
Yeah, I kind of know him. I know him. So
Yeah,
Crucible. Yeah, Crucible, Dum
What?
Dum. What's your argument, right? What's your statement?
Hey, don't
man,
save him, White Knight.
you
Oh,
don't
getting
know
the crystal, the energy move.
No,
Yeah.
bro. Wrong word.
Coping.
topic.
Fucking pick the topic.
If I could,
again. Repeat it for us, please.
I think. Okay, well, yeah, I can repeat. It's me. So,
Bro, you don't. 2 years of debate against you. Okay, you debated in
yeah,
high
you
school.
got. Didn't you just say that you got like a?
Again, repeat it for us, please.
I think. Okay, well, yeah, I can repeat it for you. If you're too fucking stupid to even have the conversation, maybe you shouldn't even be talking. And you went for 2 years. You went for 2 years debate. You're a debate guy for. Get.
Family
I think you're retarded.
He's just lost in
I
the way.
can tell.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this childhood.
Well, how am I lost? How am I lost?
Because I can definitely see you definitely have some signs of some early childhood trauma. So I'm interested in that.
The fuck are you even making an argument? What the fuck are you even talking about?
Crucible, that's a good fucking point, bro. Do you have early childhood trauma? Right. Honest. Do you have early childhood trauma?
No, make an argument.
Do you have early?
No, I don't
childhood
have
trauma?
any kind of. No, I don't.
Now listen to him.
Was your dad around or single mum?
What does that have to do with the argument? No.
But there
That's
is
yes.
no argument. We're trying to make an argument.
Great family, by the way.
Hold on. So when he asked him his dad and mom were around, he said no. And then he turned around and said, "Great family," right? So at that point, I'm like, okay, I want to hear how. I want to hear more, right? Because right there, I don't think his dad. I
Well,
don't
the
think
fact
it
that
was
he
meant
kept
to.
saying "great family," he said it like several times. That means he's trying to convince us
Himself.
about his great family.
And he's still in the mode of convincing himself, you know. And a lot of times that's what people. Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah.
Great family.
That's it.
Make an
So
argument.
were you not accepted? Were you not? You got any siblings?
Nope. Great family, only child.
Great family. Bro, not even a minute, bro. Listen, not even a minute, right? Don't even give it a minute.
You
And
so they didn't pay you attention.
And dad was where?
What?
So Crucible, where was your dad? Was he involved in your life?
He was. Yes, great family, only child. Really great.
Yes. I gotta clip that.
Oh shit.
No, I think he was like.
Oh shit. Yeah, Captain, you fucking cap, bro.
Make an argument or shut the fuck up.
Okay. My argument is you didn't have a male influence in your life.
No, I did though. I did.
Good or bad? Good or bad influence?
Great. He was excellent.
Who's he?
My dad and my brother.
My dad and my brother. Okay.
His dad
So,
and his brother. You know what I later thought? Maybe he meant he is an only child. His dad and his brother are the same, like, sister, cousin,
No.
brother.
because now he said his dad and his brother. But later on, listen, he gonna say he got multiple brothers. So first he was the only child. Now he got multiple brothers. Listen.
I'm talking about
I
incest.
thought you said he was the only child.
Commander,
Incest, back
don't
to
let
incest.
Wildflower. Don't let Wildflower
How you
rub
know?
off on you, Commander.
His brother made it with the mother, and that makes it his brother father.
God, you know.
So he's a son brother. He's a son brother.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. Let's use that word. Let's
They say
delineate
y'all
that word
doing way
correctly.
too much. Here we go, bro.
Hey, that's
Y'all wild.
yeah, you gotta get up here, Nate. You're the only one missing. They didn't let you talk yesterday, yo.
Let's delineate.
So it's some stuff. It sounds like you.
Since you want to join in, Kieran. Since you want to join in, my dad and my brother.
Older or younger, bro?
Well, my dad's obviously older, dum dum.
Older or younger brother? My dad is obviously like, bro, who's talking about your dad? I mean, I've been knew, like, bro, he's not really listening to anything, man. But that shows how people become reactive off of words. He heard but older or younger automatically assumed I was talking to dad instead of listening. He heard younger or older. And he found some way he can attack.
You remember that?
No, I was just saying that's what people do. Most people hear you to find an opening to attack you. And that's all he was doing. That's why I said like being able to identify that you don't even have to deal with it. So, once you see that, like you just hear, I'm out.
Well, that just goes to show you, right? That that's the biggest lie that was ever told to people was that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's the biggest lie ever told to people. Y'all been saying that in the school playground and kept it going all your life. Listening to this guy, that's not the case.
See,
Yeah, he was definitely in the film.
he was just hearing. Where you remember when you did that live? I think it was like a year ago, 2 years ago, probably a little longer. When you was talking and you was breaking down the difference between hearing somebody out and listening to somebody, and the difference that it benefits and how it benefits people doing both. This is a perfect example right here.
Perfect example. And this is what I'm saying. Like even interacting with them, you see, like I don't have to be belligerent, but you see how I changed the tone and that shows projecting. I went to what he instead of me trying to insult him, I just literally went to where his pain stems from. And when I said childhood trauma, you see, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it sounds like it, but I don't know. I don't know what I do, but I can hear. I know I experienced it within multiple people, so there's certain things I can identify. And
The
once I
signs are there.
identified it, yeah, once I identified it, and then I'm outside, but it's still I'm going to explain it. Like that's why you so accustomed to insulting people, saying all these words. You keep when people get repetitive with things, that's because it's ingrained in. So him saying dumb retarded, like trying to insult my intelligence, just shows that's his experience, right? And a lot of times, you know, people project. So I'm assuming when he was young, people were calling him retarded and dumb all the time. And now that he older, the same thing other people did to him to hurt him. That's what he do. That's his tool to hurt other people. You only know what you're aware of. So oftentimes that's why our experiences as a child are personified when we become adults. Good or bad. You can go through some good stuff and that make you a great adult, or you can go through some bad stuff and it can make you like, oh boy. There's just no reason to openly assault no one. Like, no justification. Just do it because what? It makes you feel better. Why make you feel better? You have to start questioning it. Why is this okay behavior? Why is this acceptable? That's why I asked them, is this done to you when you was younger, so now that you're older, is acceptable behavior? Because you're accustomed to it.
He was in Coach D mode at this particular time.
You only can do better when you know better. Some people just don't have that experience. And when they get the opportunity to experience it, they don't know how to indulge in it because they've been through so much as a youth, and they react. And, you ever see somebody go through some bullshit and you put them in a good environment and they bring the bullshit to the environment?
Yep. That's all they know.
And that's why we're going to talk about emotional addiction. I've been saying that for a year, but we're going to get into it. My bad, I'm back in. Oh, shit, I'm going to put the house on fire.
Oh, my baby, what?
Don't mind me. Don't mind me.
And they calls them the boy. They calls them blue babies.
But I'm proud of Riley because she stuck through the whole thing. Well, for the majority of it. I don't know how she could have did it.
Couldn't get out.
Listen,
you couldn't get out.
Last time,
she ain't had the key.
The doors were locked. They were in a vault.
I wanted to say something, but it wasn't my plan. On the last time I went off, right, and I was co-streaming with somebody. Where is seeing that shit? I mean, I was getting, the chick was, anyways, right? My baby pops didn't like, what I was saying, so it's kind of like I have to watch what I say on here. If not, I'll really end up upside down. Like the game Bully. They trying to, they hung the little kids upside down, and lunch money came out. You ever play that little game Bully? I'll be just like, he's like, what you doing? That's not you. What's wrong with you? Then my common sense comes in. I'm like, please put me down. My blood is flowing to my head.
And see, that's another thing too, because I do have family who watch my videos, and it's just important for me to be the example. And you can't run from things all the time. What Kendrick say? Sometimes you got to pop out and show. But I mean, you don't have to come out of character to put people in that place,
Facts.
or to, you just don't have to do it, because if you do, then they win, and that's what he wanted me to come at him to justify his behavior, but because I didn't, there's no justification. Now you got to look at yourself in the mirror.
So
Let
you
me
was
ask you
killing them
this
with
way.
kindness.
Uh-huh.
If your family's not watching, you would still act the same way, right?
Yeah, that's just me. That's just my nature.
Yeah.
Even if my family didn't watch, it's still, yeah, that's just me though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't come on here as a character or anything.
It's just that sometimes, whether they're watching or not, it's hard to hold the composure, so you gotta watch that shit. Like I've lost it twice. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but my baby pops had to sit here and like, yo, listen, that's not true. Like, sit my ass down and have a conversation. Now I feel like you're not my man no more. You're my father, so that gotta change. I did something wrong.
Now let me ask you this though, right?
Well, I'm
Let me
saying like
ask you
that.
this.
Like, nigga, you're not my dad. You can't tell. You see what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. Like, you see what word kind of understands what I'm trying to say. Like,
No,
hold
I
up.
understand what you're saying. No, I got you. I'm like, wait.
He's like, what? No, because we
I
have them
can't.
type
I
of
mean,
conversations. I
I
don't
can't.
argue with him.
Yeah.
I don't argue when he's right. I ain't gonna argue with him at all. At all. Like,
But
what's the point?
that's a lesson that everybody needs to take, right? How could you argue with somebody who's right? Like, how does that go? You just want to.
I don't know.
That's another thing that. No, but that's another thing that people do too, right? That like they want to be right so much that they totally disregard that the other person is right, and they just want to keep something going just to just to have it
For the
going.
sake
Like,
of being
how does
right.
that even work? Yeah, just because they want to be right. That's why
For
we
the
say
sake
over
of
here
not
we ain't trying to
conceding.
be right. Right. They don't want to. They don't want to. They don't. Oh, I'm gonna use the other trigger word. They don't want to submit defeat.
Oh
Right.
shit.
So when that happens, it's like that's why we keep saying over here. It's not about you and I being right. It's about it being right. If it's right, then you really shouldn't even have the conversation. But that's just some. That's what I'm saying. Some people just they don't know how to sit still. They want to be chaotic. So that's the results. They try to destroy a right. Uh, Good luck
You
with
ain't
that.
wrong.
Clip
Listen,
that.
I've sat here and I've argued
Don't
with him.
clip
I'm
that,
like,
Commander. Stop.
but I've actually sat here and I've tried to argue with him, right? But the thing is that, listen, you're right. He's so right that I've had no words to come at him because he's like, at the end of the day, he's like, yo, you've always taught people disrespect without getting, real ratchet. He's like, right, like, come on. He's like, it's 2 times. He's made a point. He's like, there's other ways I could have went about it, but sometimes the hood comes out of me, like But then
let me ask you this. Right? How often are you in environments where you have to interact with people with opposing opinions
a
about
lot.
topics that may be emotional?
A lot. That's why he says what he says. Like, that's not true. Like why you get out of character like that? And I get why he's saying it because it took a minute for me not to be like that. Because remember, like I said before, I wasn't always like this, and it took me like, if I wanted to sit here and fight for these kids' rights, I had to learn how to humble myself. And that's one thing that I wasn't before. I wanted to get a point proved or across, and I knew that I was right. And not about, that I was right. It's that the fact that I was trying to prove was right, regardless of anything, how everybody, the reality, well, no, your reality is this, and reality is like this. And I'm sitting here, I was like, no, man, I gotta find, I'm right. I know I'm right, and I can prove this shit. But, so I would lash the fuck out. I had to learn there's a proper way to do it. Then you'll get heard out. Somebody will actually listen to you. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah, and
I don't know if I'm
that's what I'm
saying anything
saying.
right.
No, but that's why I asked that question, because the only reason I can conduct myself the way I do in these situations, because like I said, this is child's play. I've been in, I've been, I had to, like when I worked in a hospital, I had to mediate between CEOs, right? I had to have, yeah, like CEOs of the hospital. I'm mediating between them. I was part of a group that mediate throughout the hospital. and teaching like patient etiquette and stuff like that. So oftentimes I'd be put in positions where, you know, I had to eliminate my emotion due to the job that was presented to me. Because some of these people, I'd be looking like, you an asshole, bro. But I can't, because I'm in a position of a mediator, I can't just, it don't really matter about how I feel, it's about what's right.
Yeah.
So
What you said.
oftentimes I had to, you know, put my emotions to the side and just deal with the facts. Like, even though I know this person is an asshole by law and by rule, he didn't do nothing wrong, even if it was like on that gray line. But this person who felt insulted did this and that was wrong. So I understand it's a cause and effect, but this is how the rules are. So, you know, so just being in that situation, you know, situations like that. And then I've been in situations where, like I said, I've been around a bunch of racist people, and you know, it's my job. Like, okay, do I leave or quit because these people are racist? It's like, okay, now they done ran me out the spot. They done tricked me out my position. You know, I'm making good money. I'm coming up. So just because they racist, do I? No. So they be saying condescending things, and they be borderline, you know, but they ain't said nothing wrong. So how do you deal with that?
That's facts.
You learn how to play that game. Get them the same medicine they giving you. Learn how
Some
to
people
articulate your.
Something my baby
earn
pops
that
talking
verbal
trying to
lashing.
fact. Something my baby pops talking
Yeah.
about this. It's like we gotta grow up at one point. And what's crazy is he's right. Like, you know, the way Word talks here on lives is how my baby pops talks to me, you know, on the side to me. Like when we're not live or and shit like that, when he pulls me to the side, he talks to me like that. He'll break shit down. That's why I'm like, dude, I don't need a father right now. Like, you my nigga. But it's like, damn, Ray, he's right. Like, why you gotta sit here and disrespect him right now?
Yeah, that was defensive.
But it's like the way he talks is kind of like, dude, and I get it. I like it took me a minute to realize it. Like, he's at the end of the day, he's got my back. He's not saying it to hurt me, but some of us females think we're so independent. It's like, nah, we gotta prove our point. And it's like Word has been saying, some of us run off of emotions and we cannot admit that shit. And it took me a minute to admit that shit.
So, in other words, what you're saying is the correction sounds like criticism.
Yes, it does. Like,
Thank you.
It does. Like, it's hard for, you know, us females to admit that we're wrong at certain points. Why? That's a question that I ask myself. Like, damn, why was you so defensive? Why was you even, you know, like, I mean, I question a lot now.
I'm right like 90% of the time.
Yeah, but even when you're right, it's still a certain way. See, it's like my baby pop said. He's like, Ray, you're not wrong. When you speak and you say what you say, you're never wrong. The problem is how you're saying the shit you're saying.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. Like, what? He's like, you be on point sometimes, but he's like, sometimes you let them trigger you. I'm like, what? He's like, you get triggered too easily sometimes, and especially when it gets personal, like when it comes to, you know, child abuse or certain. That's why I don't get in debates with people with certain stuff like that. I can go in debates with politics and everything like that, but I cannot get in a debate when it comes to the kids with certain people because it's like their logic isn't logic. And I know I'm right in this situation. And it's not even me being right. It's that I'm spitting facts and y'all sitting here can't even back up what y'all saying, but I can back up what I'm saying. Like, it makes no sense. I got proof behind the shit I'm saying. Let's make a change. You see where I'm coming from? But y'all want to debate me. I'm not sitting here for debate. I'm sitting here for solutions. But everything is a debate.
Ew.
Like, if I got a solution, let's try it out. Let's see if it benefits the kids. I'm not debating you. I'm bringing you a solution. I've listened. I'm not hearing you. I'm listening. So now I'm telling you, let's work on this. So
you know what? Now that you said that, that's no, you good. Now that you said that, when I told Speak that earlier, like when I asked him, was that intent? Like, do you think it was intent? That's how I should have articulated it. Because what I meant was when you're having discussions, I believe is the intent. You know, even if you have an opposing views, if you're looking or seeking a solution, I don't believe debating will draw you closer to that solution.
It's gonna take you
Even if
further.
you have opposing opinions, yeah.
Facts. So I mean, we're all going to disagree to agree to disagree. However, anybody wants to put it. And I started saying like that because it's kind of like, okay, which way is it? Certain people say agree to disagree, and some say disagree to agree. I'm like, okay, whatever, whichever fits you right. So it's like, it is what it is. That's why I was like, now either you got the solution or you don't. Like, I'm listening, and it took me a minute to learn how to listen to people, not just hear them out. It's crazy, but it's the truth.
Yo, Rio's in the building. What up, though?
What up,
What up,
young
young Riaz?
Riaz? Young Riaz with his goddamn.
Yo, no, word. You gotta clip that joint out.
See,
I think
you gotta
Riaz,
clip Riaz.
many of us are capable of giving a verbal lashing, or but like it depends on where you're at. Like I'm not gonna act like that on Word's channel, but you maybe haven't heard me on some other panel. Sometimes people deserve a verbal lashing. Sometimes.
No, that was
not all the
cute though,
time.
coming from Riaz. That was real cute.
Yeah.
I felt like I was hearing my
Remember.
son, and I'm like, wait, what? Son, wait, what'd you say again? Can you repeat that again? I'm like, wait,
God damn, let me finish. Wait, hold on.
Hey, no, Commander, look, I don't want you to feel like that. Hey, if the situation calls for it, give them a verbal lesson. We'll put that in Donkey Park. The remix.
I usually
Right,
don't
you
curse
HR.
people
Wait a
out.
minute. Wait, excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am,
You're
you are
Minister of
HR.
General
Wait,
Defense.
yeah, you. As a matter of fact, if we're being technical, you the only one with that authority to do so.
Hey.
Listen, I don't normally curse people out. I'm just saying I'm capable, and I think many people are. There are some people who are not capable of cursing someone. They have to sometimes work on that, because there are times where I think it's justified.
And she got some Spanish
But I
in
think,
her. Oh shit, half
but I think a
Spanglish.
lot of the time, it's just the respect of a situation or the surrounding area. Let's just say it like that. That you won't do that, right? Like how you just said, I'm not doing that I'm not doing that on this channel, right? It's just the respect of a thing. That's just like if I just go out there and say, "You dumb mother," like what's wrong with you? Y'all be counting anyway, so I ain't trying to do that. But if it goes that way, then it goes that way. Like that's like if
Word has earned that respect. Word
right.
earned
That's
that
like, for
respect.
example, right? Word genuinely cares about the audience perception, right? He'll say, you know what, I gotta apologize to everybody. And I'm telling him, like, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But the people that knows you and understands you, they're just gonna brush it off. But if that's what makes you feel comfortable, you go on ahead and apologize. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
You don't need an apology,
that's
but yeah, I respect that.
right. And he's like, nah, I just want to do. We're gonna be here to support the apology. Go ahead. He did it,
There's a
and then
time and
now
a
it's over
place,
with.
and there's a decorum.
Yeah. And for me, when I apologize, it don't take nothing from me. You know what I'm saying? I actually gain from apologizing. And like I understand it's not the natural decorum that we're used to over here. So, I'm apologizing for a specific thing because
That's
that's what
fair.
when people come over here, that's not what they used to. So if somebody come over here because Word went live and then they experience that, they're gonna be like, this ain't what we came for. So I think respecting the people who do come to support for reasons outside of what they experience, I think it's
Yeah.
showing how genuine I am.
You want to apologize for what they witnessed in your home. Like they come to visit
Yeah.
you and they experience something that normally you wouldn't want them to experience.
And it's crazy because, believe it or not, a lot of people come on here to watch this type of content that we're giving out. Like, it's not everything. Like, I hear a lot of people say it's all for the drama, the music, the gaming, and the bullshit. No, it's not. A lot of people come on here for education or for what, in reality, whether, however you look at it, what Word is doing is coaching every way around it. Like, everything he does on here is still considered coaching, and people don't even realize that shit.
Crucible was trying
My
to
wife
like
do, if she get mad.
Crucible was trying to
matter.
say like it's content. Hey, this is content. Like he thinks he's doing a good thing because he knows what we know, that people like the messy content.
But not everybody is into that shit, and I
So
know
that's
because
why I'm like,
but
we
that's
don't
just
need your
his that.
content.
Yeah, right.
I'm
That's
not
the
saying that in the
perspective,
chat.
right? He see it as content. Like technically, he's correct, but he just don't understand what content that the creator is actually trying to project. You just hear because you see a whole bunch of people on a panel. So let me go on up here and just act like a fool because that's
That
how they're
part.
acting. That's why he apologized, and I understood that part, right? So but it's all like it's like he says, it's the audience, right? Because like I literally seen like 5 people say they subbed up. He said it was more. I'm not. That's what he saw.
And
I seen 5
shout out,
literally.
I'd say shout out to Speak again because his people came through and it had to be done. But they had like 39 new subs. I was like, appreciate that.
his people were subbing up. It was his people that were subbing up. It wasn't the other 2 people that were whatever
Yeah,
people on their panels.
it's
That's
people.
what he was.
And my bad.
When he was like, "I'm giving you content," I'm like, "No, in reality, he had the content before y'all popped up on the panel. All y'all did was make this joint go left, which most people leave lives because of that.
Well,
They
and
don't realize
Speakeasy was
that."
saying, "Oh, sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead."
Oh no, I was done.
No, Speakeasy was saying that his people were saying that the word is based, like he's grounded, like he's level-headed, and they like that.
Oh, that was cool. That was cool. I didn't even hear that part.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah. And see that's why it's like Speak like I went over, for his channel. I was over there before I went live. I didn't type, I was just listening in. But they do different things, than what we do over here. But you can I appreciate art, in general. And if you watch how he set up his channel and how he run it, I mean, dude is an artist, man. You can't do nothing but respect that. And then he respect, like when he come over here, he respect how I'm running my show. When I go over there, I respect how he running his show. So even though we may do it different, that's what I'm saying. Like when you have that respect, man, you can actually build on top of that. Even if y'all doing different things,
Right.
even if y'all doing different things, that respect is the foundation. And maybe his people, they like to see other things. They can come check this out. We like to see other things. We can go check that out. I'm gonna definitely be over there because I'm interested in the debate blood sport. So I'm gonna definitely be over there Friday.
See, and I know of
Oh, my bad.
Speakeasy. So when you said Speakeasy, I was like, I wanted to say, oh, he's good, but then I'm like, I wasn't sure if it was the same person that was hitting the panel in the back. So I wasn't sure. That's why I didn't speak up. But he's a good dude.
Yeah, he cool people. And I like
Yeah.
him because he about the information. Like that, I love that shit. Speak about the information, and he'll go into that. So yeah, any like shit, me, shit like that. I love it. I love the information. So
Yeah.
no, you get
It's
mad
just
respect from me.
yeah, and it like I said in the beginning, it was all information that fed the topic. And then when they went left, he tried to give them more information, and it was like, okay, we're not understanding you, so the frustration kicks in. But that's why I say about passion, right? A lot of people say that men don't have passion. We do have passion. We just show it in a exciting way, right? Not even an argumentative ways, because sometimes your voice just raise up because you just want your point to be heard. So it's like more of an excitement, not even an argument. It's just God damn it. You know what I mean? So when you get to that point of frustration, the voice elevates because you're trying to make your point and it's not even being heard or whatever the case may be. So it may seem like an argument when it's really more of the frustration aspect, but that's a part of that. You know, not it's easy to say emotional intelligence, but it's more of a frustration because you can have all the balance in the world, but frustration can take over at sometimes.
Let me ask y'all this question because I don't really I think I'm done with the video. It might be parts I chop up and delineate more, but um, how do y'all feel about do y'all think people have a desire to belong to a collective consciousness? And the reason, let me put some context to it. The reason I say that is because people get so argumentative about other people's opinions and views and how they perceive life. It's like everybody want to be the same to me, and that shit is fucking weird. That shit is fucking weird, man.
Yeah, they want to
Makes
force
sense.
people to believe what they believe, and if they don't, then they're the R word. They're the everything under the sun.
I don't know what to believe anymore because there's so many people that keeps talking about being individual and they're scared of groups, but then they want to turn around and then get in a group culture when a thought comes across. So I don't know. It just sounds like confusion to me, right? So I can't really answer that question because my observation is that people say one thing and then they do the other. So I don't know what they want.
What was the
Are those
question?
hypocrites?
When people have a desire to belong to like a
A group?
collective consciousness,
Oh, I
like to
think
just be
so.
the same as everyone else.
Yeah, we want
Yeah,
to find people that have our same beliefs, ideology.
fiction like word.
Oh, he's outside. That's why.
Oh, it was breaking in.
Shout out to Timu.
That's how we find each other, right? That's how we found each other. That's how we're still here.
What, Timo? Wait a
Not
minute.
Timu.
Wait,
The
that
wanting
shit was
to
crazy.
be with other people that, I mean, we're not all the same. We don't have all the same beliefs, but in general, I think there's things that we do agree on.
And I get bored when I'm around a bunch of the same people. I get bored very easily. And we are a collective, but I believe we are like I enjoy y'all differences. That's why I like having conversations versus debate because I perspectives and our views. I don't feel a desire to make everything similar or the same. Does that make sense? Like, and I'm probably weird, man. On some real shit, I'm asking this
You
for
like a
clarity. Really,
challenge.
it's just,
Yeah,
it's not even
yeah,
challenging. No, I'm not gonna lie. I do like challenge. I get
yeah. I
excited,
was about to say
and
you better you cap it right now because you 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 a debunker.
Hey,
You a debunker.
we got Timo
That's
Matrix in the building.
that's what you are, right? You like to okay. Let me understand what you're saying, and then let me try to add my thing. So if I add my thing, it'll debunk what you're saying.
I know
Does
not what thou talkest about.
I know.
What
Oh,
what thou
my bad.
talkest about?
My bad. My bad.
I like to hear other people's point of views. Like Wildheart, I was good with what he was saying, and I was good with what Speakeasy was saying too. Like I could see both sides.
Facts.
I ain't gonna lie. That's why I was letting stuff rock because I was more interested, like
epistemology, but how he come to this rationale or why he even
Yeah.
the way he think. My bad, yeah, Mike is getting really muffled. My bad. I just switched back. Can y'all hear me better?
Yeah,
You good?
but speaking was really, challenging him and
Appreciate
testing
you,
him.
Rue.
I just wish he wouldn't have fell for it, because it's kind of like, oh my God, these are questions like none of us really know the answer to. Why would you want to answer them?
But he was like all over him. Like I
Yeah,
felt like Wildheart still needed to speak a little more. I wanted to hear a little more.
I think he needed to do a little more research, because that's some shit my baby pops would have pulled on some real shit, or Word would have pulled. But he, I get it. That's what I'm like. I understood where he was coming from. That's why I'm like, I understood his questions, like, but it's kind of like Wildfire or Wild Heart. What's his name? Anyways, he was kind of like
Wild
making
Heart.
like it's like he had an
Wild
answer
Heart.
for everything, yeah, and everything was okay.
His questions were either trying to understand or disprove, right? We weren't sure exactly.
But see, you gotta do research for that in order to disprove somebody.
But this is what I'm saying though. He was on like when he stuck to information, he was good. His analogy, bro, like his synchronism when he tried to synchronize different like his opinion with something that's already known. He used horrible examples. Other than that, he was on point with the when he was with the information. I'm like, well, that's true. Well, that's true. Well, that's true. But it's like when you go wild, that's why when he was like when he kept talking about prostitution, I'm like, hold on, bro. Not to get personal or nothing, but do you partake in prostitution? Because you're
I was
defending
surprised.
this. I wasn't surprised.
You were surprised.
I was surprised that you asked that question.
Oh,
that's what I was surprised at. I was like, damn.
I'm like, bro,
I ain't surprised about that.
Defending it. He was defending it. Like, oh my God, I think it should be allowed.
He had to ask that question just for clarification.
But see, that's
so
the
it's like,
question
okay,
that let
clarification, confirmation. That question needed to be had, but it also goes to show you what happens when you step out of bounds, right? You step out of your comfort zone. Those are the results. It's like, nah, okay, you trying to figure something out. Why? Because you're out your comfort zone. So now, all right, let me give this analogy, and then you fumble the analogy. Like, wait, what? How do you do that? It's your thoughts, but you flustered because you out of bounds.
When he fumbled was when he asked that question, everybody gave their opinion, right? But then Speaky came back with a question, right? Trying to like challenge him or something. And that's where everything led to everything else. He couldn't answer them. It's like he started challenging Speaky's Christianity. There you go. That's where it went to. That's why I was like, wait. How do I go from prostitution to now him challenging Speaky's Christianity and then went left?
And then cause. When they talked about cause, right? And then Speakeasy saying, well, cause and creation, right? Everything's a creation. But in the chat, me and was it Steelman was asking if everything has a cause and it's a creation, then who created God? Who and how was God created?
And see, and that's what a lot of times, like, so this word right here, empiricism, right? This word is significant to understanding how people acquire knowledge. Most people who practice empiricism, which most people do it innately. You learn from the experiences. You apply that to things that can't be defined by our own personal experience, such as God. The whole concept of God is beyond time and space,
Yeah.
So so to say, like, to even say God has a creator, because we understand everything that's created has a creator. So yeah, you will automatically question, well, who created God if everything has a creation?
Yeah, everything has a cause and everything has a creation.
But that's everything in the realm of our reality. God exists outside of that.
And then I thought, okay,
and
the answer might be
accept. That part right there is hard. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I thought that the response might be, well, God wasn't in this world. But see, God was in this world if we go by the theory that there's the Son, the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. Just like he was saying, H2O has different forms, right? Like ice, gas, air, same as that. Then that means God would be on this earth if we go by that theory.
But even if you go by that logic, right? Where did the hydrogen come from? Where did the oxygen come from? How like
Exactly.
it's always something that's left unanswered. Everything doesn't have an answer. That's why science is science, because that's what they're trying to figure out. That's why the two can't coexist, right? Because religion tells you about faith. So if you understand faith, you're going to know it without seeing the evidence of it, right? But science is like, nah, I need to see that. That's why they're always opposed to one another, because of that analysis alone. So that's why, like, if you stand on faith, right? All right, uh God was there first. Why? Because God was there first. There's no explanation for it, right? We just knowing that God created all things, right? But the science is like, nah, it was the Big Bang Theory. Like they need that explanation when you going off of faith and religion. Is like, all right, that's the explanation, because that he is who he is, right? That's why they
Yeah,
emphasize,
that's
I
it.
am
He
who
is,
I
and
am.
that's it. Mhm.
And that's the answer,
I
right? There's
am.
no evidence of it, right? There's no evidence of it. But
No
well, I almost
explanation.
went to the low chakra thing, but I ain't gonna do that right now. But yeah, that's just it, right? So there's no explanation. But science is the opposite of that. Okay, well, the atom is the atom. You see what I mean? Like it's just like it's the balance of religion. Some people may say, I don't know, but it would be understandable if somebody was to believe that, because you go one by faith and one by evidence. That's the opposite of faith, because you need the evidence to see it. So that's why I go by, there's some things that's not answerable, and that's one of them.
Right. Well, what about morals? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Word.
But this is like, if y'all ever notice how I speak about God the creator, this is why I stay away from anthropomorphism, because when you bring God into this realm, then that's where the arguments begin. When you give God human attributes, physical things, what we observe with our five senses. So that's when people get into who created God, or is God this, is God that. Like all those descriptions, all those descriptions are things that we have to adhere to, but we're be trying to make God like us. He not like us. He not like us. But you about
Look,
to say
just that
about
attribute
morals.
alone, he himself,
Yeah,
like, see. But what
yeah,
about
he.
morals, Commander?
Well, see, okay, so where did morals come from? Were morals like when we were created, were morals already created in us? Is it something that, like how Ryder says, it's just something she knows not to be with her brother? Is it something we were taught here on earth? Is it coming from the Bible? And if it's from the Bible, like where did they get that from? These morals.
I think. Well,
So
I'm gonna let
I
Word
would.
answer that first. Go ahead.
I mean, I would. I mean, I would have to ask this to answer that question. Let me ask the question. What are like you said? Where did they come from? But I would ask, what is morals to people? Because that you ask some people, they say morals are objective, and then you ask some people that say it's subjective, right?
Yeah.
But like my morals might not be your morals, so I would say those were instilled in us through trial and error.
Right.
We think about this, right? The things that our parents told us was morally wrong. As we begin to experience life, do we not figure out other things, or even some of the things they told us, like, okay, that's not really wrong, but I see why not to do it. Or you add to it or take away from it as we experience, right? And again, that comes back to the collective consciousness. You get a group of people who agree upon like this is not right. We shouldn't do this because it has adverse effects. That creates a moral compass itself. So I would honestly say experience. Like,
Let's see
I
if
mean, I
Yeah,
know.
the experience teaches you a lesson. So
okay, so
that's the best way to suit it.
if we say it's experiences, then when Speakeasy was saying like, oh, we need God, we need religion for the morals, then that's not necessarily true because people can have morals without having a relationship with God
I don't
or
have a
religion.
religion. I don't have a
That's
religion.
that's that's
That's what I was
actually
trying to
correct.
say in the chat.
And see,
You
like this,
don't need that.
and what people don't understand is even the morals, the values, everything taught in the Bible brings awareness. That's all it really does is bring awareness. So, I mean, I don't feel you. I I find personally, just my own personal experience, the people without religion have more morality than the people with religion because that's just my experience. I'm not saying
Because
that's
nobody
fact,
had to tell them
right?
how to
I
act.
mean, they don't have to. It's like they don't. If
That's what I'm
the
saying.
people is the intent. Like a lot of people do what the Bible say because they in fear of going to hell. So it's like an incentive not to do something, or you're not going to be punished. But think about the people who don't have that belief and still do the right thing.
Thanks. It's
You
like I
know,
was saying, like I questioned a lot when I was little. Like I said, I had two cousins, right, that had, a kid together, right? One of them decided to have an abortion, right? They found out later afterwards they were related. You see where I'm coming from? Now, they separated and everything. Now, let's get to my baby pop side. He has two cousins that, after they found out that they were related, they still stood with each other and they married each other and had more kids, knowing the consequences afterwards. So it's kind of like I questioned all that. To me, everything in time is like, why? Why was they like? You see where I'm coming from? Like, it's not right. Like, I don't know. Was it right? Was it wrong? But at the end of the day, inside, like something was screaming, like, why would you even do it? I seen one. Okay, when I was younger, they left each other as soon as they found out they were cousins. But now I run into this, and it's kind of like they seem like it's okay. The family don't
They
agree with
loved
it,
each
but
other, right?
they with each other. That's what I don't know. You see where I'm coming
no,
from? Because he cheats on her and day in and day out. So it's kind of like, do you love her? I mean, I know she loves you. See my point? I
Well, is she
questioned
okay
it.
with the cheating? Because then that's their
I
own
mean, that's
thing.
on
She's
her. I
okay
don't get
with it.
into that. You see my point?
no.
But
Let
I
me
Okay
ask
question
with
you.
the
it, is it
stuff
morally
around.
wrong?
I question the stuff around. You see my point? It's kind of like,
Now let me ask y'all this question, and then I'm gonna let Riaz. But let me ask y'all this. Well, let me say this, and then tell me what y'all think. Right. So I moved from Pennsylvania when I was 9. Moved up here, and then so when I used to go back, I used to, do my thing down there. So it was a female I met down there. We having fun or whatever. So 2 years later, I go back down there, and I found out this is my cousin's cousin, right? And I'm like, man, how y'all related? Well, I'm related. This is my cousin because of her grandmother. Her grandmother and my mother are sisters. So this is my cousin on my mom's side. They're related because my cousin's ex-husband. That's the family that the girl
Cousin's
come from.
ex-husband.
Is my cousin's ex-husband. So by marriage, that's my cousin's cousin.
Not by blood.
Not by blood, but that's my cousin's cousin. That's the whole point. So I was like, nah, I can't mess with you no more. That to me, just for me, it was like I'm straight. Like that's too close to me. But
What if
that's
it's like
my. But go ahead.
No, sorry, go ahead, I interrupted.
No, that's all I was gonna say. I was just saying, like for me, it wasn't morally right.
That's your moral conviction, but someone else's might
Yeah.
be like, well, it's okay because it's not blood and we didn't really grow up together, so.
Man, I'm slaying that, man. I'm
Listen,
slaying
man,
that. I don't know
it
what
ain't
you
the first.
talking about, dog.
Man.
That
It ain't
ain't
the
my
What
first
half.
What about a
Listen,
stepbrother, like stepbrother, stepsister, who weren't raised together, but by marriage, they're siblings?
they're
Man,
not related.
They taking the steps to be together. That's what they taking
They,
steps for. That's okay.
but they not related though. There's not. They're the same
Yeah,
But
person.
that's
like,
that's
okay?
a step.
like to
That's
me,
on them.
just for me in
I
general,
wouldn't
just for me in general, right? I'm not saying this is right. I'm just saying this works for me. Family is family. If it's by marriage, if it's by blood, to me it's just weird. Like going to a cookout and everybody cousins with the girl. Like, nah, I'm straight. But I had a friend who married somebody and then their parents got married.
You know what's crazy word?
Okay.
I'm about to listen. I'm about to throw all of y'all off, right? Because there was a live that word there one day, right? And he said people don't really know the definition of family. Do you know that my ass really went searching for the definition of family and came across that what we think is family is really not family? In reality, we're considered relatives. Family is a whole complete another thing. And in down south, they use the word relatives a lot. They don't say family. I'm sitting here, I was always wondering, but word made me go down that fucking rabbit hole and made me discover some shit. So now it's kind of like, oh shit. So why did they say we're supposed to be considering each other family when in reality we're supposed to be calling each other relatives?
Relatives. This is my relative.
What up, Riaz?
Hey.
We are family.
Family is a whole
Hey,
other
Miss
thing.
Wilson,
Okay, but I was gonna say, so how do you define the definition of both, though? I mean, the way you explained it, I mean, you can tell me the difference between what is the difference between the both of them.
Like family, like
Yeah, family
extended
and relative.
family. Extended family is probably relatives, and
yeah.
your immediate family is family. That's how I
Yeah,
would view
probably
it.
like,
let me go
okay.
to the etymology.
Writers did the research, so you tell us, writers.
Man, y'all better go down that rabbit hole. It wasn't easy. Go see
Okay, relative.
all
Okay,
that
so
shit.
here's the thing, right? Relatives is basically through bloodline, right?
Yeah.
That's why people be like, "What up, blood?" Like, hey, that's ill. You know what I mean? But now they took that out of context, right? We understand that part, right? But a family is nothing. A family is something as similar as a community, right? So Miss Barbara Jean might be, hey, Auntie Barbara Jean, and Jim might be, hey, cousin Jim or Uncle Jim, right? You are adding them into your village or community, i.e., family, right? Your family's over there. Yeah, my family's the whole block. Because now people call people cousin, they ain't got no relation to it. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. The relative is through the bloodline. Like we got the same such and such, right? We got the same mom, we got the same dad, our grandparents are brothers and sisters, or if you got a half, that's why they got half and wholes, right? That's the bloodline, right? Family is more of a togetherness of a group of people that you feel close to, and now y'all say what up, cuz. Like, for example, Word is my brother. He's a part of my family. We're not related, but that's my brother. You see what I'm saying? That's the difference.
So family, the root word of family is familiar, right? And the word family has its etymology traced back to the Latin word familia, which means originally referred to a household or group of servants. So it was created to show, like, Gary said, a group of people who were familiar with one another. And later on, it says it involved to encompass the concept of a group of individuals related by blood or marriage. living together and sharing common responsibilities and resources. So
Yeah.
the etymology of the word, the reason the word was created to show familiarity within a group of people.
Not to say,
Yeah,
yeah,
that makes sense.
the
It's just to
terminology of the
use.
word.
That's
It's
like when
definitely
you like in witchcraft, they say your spirit animal is your familiar, someone that's familiar with you spiritually or familiar with your spirit. That's what a familiar is.
Yeah, like I have a spiritual mother.
Yeah, that's your. So that's why, like, even y'all, I'd be like, "What up, fam?" The 9% is my
y'all know who
family.
came
That's
up with
my
it.
family.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know who came up with the terminology?
Who?
Nice, yes.
The
We're
French.
adopted.
No, the word came. The word is like word said it before though. It's a Latin word. It's really a Latin word, and it came from 1388, and the word has been existing since 1150 to 15,000. I don't know what era that is, but anyways, right? This shit is crazy because listen, the etymology of the word family
1500.
is denoting the servants of a household of the routine. I can't even say that word. What word? Okay, listen. I'm in first grade right now. Word. I'm gonna spell it out. Retinue. What the fuck? Retinue.
What?
Retinue.
RETU.
No. Retinue.
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 Retinue of a nobleman.
Retinue.
Retinue. Listen, this is my
Retinue.
first computer. It
Well,
originates
this is
from
the
Latin.
best. This is the best way, like another way to establish that, right? So you got a man and a woman. They adopt a child, right? Is that child a part of the family or is he related?
That's why I was going to finish this. Look, it says it originates from Latin familia, household servants, family, from formulas servants. So when you treat your family members as your personal servants, it is very Roman and noble of you.
Yeah, take out that
That's why I said y'all know her is really, that's why they came up with that word.
Wait. I was going to say, for me, the way I believe it, in the math system. So when you adopt someone, you're not supposed to give the adopted child your name. You're supposed to basically let the adopted child keep their family name, but you treat them like family. So that's how you basically adopt in Islam. You're not supposed to basically, make them change their name the moment you adopt them. You're not supposed to give them your name because that's someone else's child. So, you treat them like
Disagree.
your own. No, you treat them like your own, but you don't give them your name.
But if they have a family name and that family is not family to them anymore, if they're not taking care of them and being a right.
But y'all know, but go
I
ahead,
want
word.
y'all to take a look at the
No,
computer.
I want to hear wait, Gary
Hold on.
can explain because he probably understands. You can explain.
Hold on 1 second, bro. I want y'all to look at the evolution of the word. So familialis meant servant or slave in Latin. That later evolved into family, servant, domestic, collectively, the servants and the household members of household, the estate property. The household include relatives and servants. And in the 1500s, family meant servants of a household. And in modern time, family means what we conceive it as now. So the energy that went into creating the word was basically family means
Manipulated.
slave. Yeah,
I figured that out because of what Word was talking about in one of his lives.
Oh, y'all couldn't even see that. Hold on, bro.
But in a family, everyone's like serving each other, no? For the greater good, they're serving each other.
I thought y'all was seeing that.
Yeah, but they're making you servants. That's the whole. That's why I was like, wait, this came out of slavery. Like, wait a minute.
The servants and the slaves were family. Didn't they take on the family name? Yeah.
I think so. It's deeper to this. It's deeper.
They gave them the last name.
Yeah. So
Right. But they were property. So, but that's why I'm telling you the difference. The difference is a relative is blood relation. A family is a group of things that's coming together. That's why they saying family. Okay, if
Yeah. Okay.
even if you spend a little bit of time, right? Because they certain periods of time they would get rid of slaves. So every time they went to that new slave home, they went from Harris to Jones, to Smith, to Black, to Washington, to Green. They name changed every time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because they want you to be familiar with who owns you.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them.
But we own children, right? Like you guys own your children.
No, you don't own you. No, well, I'm gonna leave that alone for today, right? But you don't. No, you are
Very
related
Wild
to your
Heart
children.
Jr.
No, I'm not, because it's
I'm talking
simple.
about Commander. Commander fucking with you.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but I'm gonna shut it down. Cause I was about to tell her, I was about to be
We
word.
really don't own our children, though. In reality, though, the state owns our children.
I was about to be the word. Cause exactly.
It's like they breeding us on some real shit. When I learned that, I was like, wait, I have to go claim my child after I give birth.
The state technically owns them, but you're gonna say that's my child.
Yeah,
my
but
child.
they saying that's it.
Unless you go to court, right, that birth certificate that you got in your hand may say that you're the mother and father. They have ownership of your child.
Well, the birth certificate ain't even gonna say you the mother.
Wait.
It does. Wait, is he
because
fucking
you
with me
signed your rights over? I'm just
my
telling you.
child's gonna listen
He
to
ain't
me because
lying.
my child is under my home, right? You gotta follow
That don't mean
my
shit
rules.
unless you went to the court and claimed that baby.
Let's take out the state though.
The only okay, go ahead.
I mean, the state owns your children, right? Because at any time they can claim that you're not a good
Unless
parent and they can take your child.
that's what I was trying to tell you. Unless you go to court, right? Even though you have a birth certificate in your hand, after all that, right? And I didn't know that I did that the first time. I keep saying it's part of one of my stories, right? And I learned this afterwards. My dumbass should have did it with my second son and my daughter, but I haven't yet, and I need to go do it. I only have custody of my child. I could only claim one child. The lady said it in the court. I think when was it? We was talking about it one time in the court. She's like, "No, you only have ownership of your." I'm like, "Ownership?" She's like, "Yeah, you only have custody of one child." Like, we own
the
your
state
other
doesn't matter.
kids.
You have custody, right, Rachel?
You
Like the
don't
state
have
can still
custody
take your child, take the
unless
custody
you
away
have
from
custody of your child. Well, they have to prove it. Now they have to prove
you. Yeah,
it.
they have to prove.
Once you claim your child, now they have to have proof to take your child out of your home. That's
But
why
they can still do it.
No, they can't.
Well, they can
I'm
still.
telling you for a reason, and there's a
but
law
lots of
behind that.
people lose their children unfairly.
Yes, because they don't know
Unjustified.
this. They don't have custody of their kids. They think they do because they have a birth certificate that says I'm the mother. He's the father. Blah blah blah. No, there's more steps to it. It's way more.
No, that's just who gave. That's just who gave. Who birthed? Was mamas who birthed you, and
that when
the
that lady
dad
broke that down to me, my
is who. So no, you
Now you talk, but
they,
I mean, look,
That's
what
what I'm
y'all
saying.
talking about? Y'all do understand we live under maritime law, so this is why it's important to get a Black Law Dictionary. And what Rachel's saying will make more sense. How you
Wait,
define?
I was gonna ask. Okay, but I was gonna ask this again to you when I explain you how you basically adopt a child in Islam. So, what do you think of it when I explain that concept to you?
You're right.
No, so basically, Rachel, right, is though that in Matthew, the way you adopt a child, you just adopt the child as normal, but the only difference is that you don't give the adopted child your name. You treat them like your own child, but at the same time, you let them keep their own name because that's someone else's child.
Not in all cases. Sometimes the parents adopt the kids and give them their name.
If you adopt a child, that child is yours now.
Yeah, but
The other people don't have rights to that child.
Yeah,
No,
I know
that's
what
not
is.
what I'm. That's not what I meant, though. I meant
No, but
it's a diff.
I got what you're
Okay.
saying. What I'm saying there's a choice. Some adoptive parents decide to give them their names, right? And some adoptive parents, just let the child keep their name.
I know, but
That's why it's
I'm just saying it's a different concept though, the way
Yeah,
you
no,
do it though.
Morally,
I
Riaz
get,
is saying morally where he comes from or his beliefs is that you don't change their name.
But it
yeah.
may be,
yeah.
but it may be different where he's from. You see what I'm saying? That may be the difference, right? Like I don't like, for example, I don't know the adoption process, right? But if the adoption process is anything like the birthing process, that kid still can be taken from you. The kid is still
Hmm.
owned by the state. You see what I mean? I don't know.
Of course,
I'm being
of
an
course.
educated guess right now, so I don't really
Yeah, but
understand it. But
I'm gonna say that this is well, it's kind of similar because I'm in a Western country just like you. But basically, the way I explained it, the concepts and everything is basically the culture and the faith of mine is different. I may be born in the West, but I'm a little different. The way I perceive things is different compared to everyone else in the UK. UK is a Western country.
yeah, but it doesn't really change because in reality, Gary is making a point. I don't know if he's done his research on it
Yeah,
or not, but listen, regardless,
probably.
at the end of the day, when an adoptive parent adopts a child, right, even foster care, when they go into foster care, right, the government still has total access of this child. I mean, I don't
Yes,
know if
of
y'all know
course.
this, right? They still get
I ain't denying.
they still get
How did,
money
we,
from the government.
how did we get in a
Okay.
conversation about it? I'm just, I don't know,
I
man.
Word is frustrated. I can
Commander,
hear it already.
No, I'm
Okay.
thinking like, where, how did we get
Commander.
into talking about adoption? No, it's just,
No,
I'm
Oh
like,
wait,
We
I
was talking about
I
well,
can't.
hold
we
on.
was talking about
I can
no,
family.
explain it.
no,
We was talking about
Oh,
family and relations, relatives and family. It started with that.
oh, yeah,
Then we started
yeah.
breaking
mhm.
down the family concept, and then we asked the question about adoption. That's how we got here.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, where did
Yeah,
adoption come from? Like, hold on,
I
I
asked
don't, I
you,
never
no,
adopted, but
because look, I explained the concept of how I basically, for me to adopt a child if I wanted to, right? But if I
Yeah,
wanted to
Uh huh.
adopt a child, I told you a different way of adopting.
yeah,
let me ask you this, Ria, because that's hypothetical, right? You're saying what you would do if you chose to later on adopt a kid in the future, right? So technically that's hypothetical. So let me ask you this. Have you ever thought of something hypothetical and then when you experienced it, you had a different perception of it? Like you
Probably not,
did something
not yet
different?
though, not yet though, but. I'm just basically asking that question so you can answer that for me because I don't have the experience yet. I know everything I'm going off is hypothetical, but I just asked that question to see what you think.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you have
because
a point.
it depends. Like I would say it's situational. Like, what if you chose to adopt a child and that child already had a last name, but um, maybe the parents or the family, you're trying to protect that child from that. And wouldn't it be rational to change that child's name so it won't be easy for the people that you're trying to protect it from to find it?
Yeah, I get it, but basically
You-
that's how Islamic
Or
adoption is, though. I know what you mean, but that is how it is, though. To be honest, I'm
what
not
if you
because
go ahead,
It,
Reyes?
it's just I would say this. It's just variables involved in everything in life, and it's always good to prepare with thought. If I put myself in a situation, just leave. I would always tell people just leave yourself open to options if those variables, because variables can change rapidly, and drastically at times.
Mm-hmm.
You can sit
yeah,
out and think something, have something well thought out, and then when you actually experience it, it comes with things that you may not have considered, or even the things that you did take in, maybe is more than what you expected. So,
I
but
know
no,
one
yeah,
it's
thing.
good to have
probably.
a plan. Definitely good to have a plan, though.
Mm-hmm.
I know one thing.
I,
Y'all ruined the whole family dynamics with that definition. Y'all made some people mad. I know that. Thanks,
Listen,
Friday.
I blame the word. No, I blame the word. He said, listen, he went in on the definition of family one day, and I went down the rabbit hole. He said, "Listen, y'all need to figure out the real definition of family." So I went on a search. I mean, I'm not saying that he put a little care. I mean, I wanted the truth. I was like, damn, he's making me second guess with his family.
Okay, wait, but I gotta ask. Wait, how about you basically Google basically what is the Islamic concept of your family, though? I know it's kind of similar in a way, but there must be some difference, though.
He said concept. Oh, because I'm like
Yeah,
in
Islam.
reality,
I said,
the
I
people
said
that came up with
Islamic,
it.
What is
Islamic
let,
concept of.
let me let me ask you this. What is the because Islam has a lot of different dialects within
Right.
I'm
the
a
country
Sunni.
of
I'm
Islam.
a Sunni.
So,
I'm a Sunni.
so what you have to do is use what is the what language do the Sunnis speak?
The Sunnis,
Arabic.
they come across all books of life, though, but the Sunnis, the way they originated is Arabic, though. So most of them
So
are
what's
origin.
what's
So they
what's the Arabic
originated
word for family?
Arabic. Hmm. Arabic word for family is Habibi.
Is who?
Habibi.
Habibi?
Yeah, Habibi, though, because Habibi means your friend, your family, your lover.
My
The
lover,
Habib.
but that's
No, so no,
okay.
no,
So
no, no. But wait.
habitually,
I can explain. It sounds
no,
concept.
I
It
know.
sounds
Oh no, I
because
know.
look,
I just thought you was gonna use a different term because there's actually like three or four different words for fam. That's why I was asking you in Arabic.
no, that's
So
one. No, that's
Habibi,
one way.
Habibi,
That's sorry. That's just
yeah.
one way I know.
Well, I wouldn't.
You can
Yeah,
go.
I wouldn't use that to describe family though, because it's more the context you use Habibi in. Because, like you said, it has multiple meanings, but it's more of the
Yeah.
context it's used in.
It's
So,
how you.
like, I wouldn't call a female Habibi in my family because
No,
that's the masculine.
that's
Be
a word though.
Habib,
So for a female, though, it's called Habibti. So you add the T to it. It's
Habibsi.
called
Yeah,
so for a female,
Habibsi.
it's called Habibti. For a guy, it's Habibi.
Yeah, Habibsi and
Mhm.
Habibis. But that, I mean, normally they don't use. I mean, just I don't know. Like over there, they probably do, but I just know like the people I'm around, they usually use that not for family, but like more of a loved one. Like,
Yeah, but
Right.
see, depending on who you say it to means it different. So if I say Habibi to my mother, my father, that just means my family, though. That I can say her like that. So if I say to my brother, sister, that's just meaning my brother, my sister, and my family. But if I say it to my friend, it can mean I can say it to it's like your friend like that. But what you call it, I think no, that's it though. Depending on who you say
Well,
it
it's
to,
just
though,
well,
actually mean.
then that's the same. That's the same thing then, Riaz, because a fam like how we saying it, right? A family is just people that's close to us. Whereas, like, if you call your friend Habibi, you saying "What's up, fam?" That's how I would take the translation. Family,
Of
Habibi, hey
of course.
friend, family, what's up, right?
Yeah,
Now
yeah. It can
that's
also
why we
it
that's why
also can be a
we're going
lover.
down the rabbit hole, right?
I know, but it
yeah,
also can
Okay,
mean you. It can
but
also mean your lover. It also can
they
mean your
give it.
lover
but
as well. So if you say it to if you say it to your lover, that means it's your lover, though. I know what you mean. So depending on the context or who you
Now,
say
see,
it to, you.
so like love, like I don't like I said, I know the culture's similar but different. Like here, like I call my wife Hayati. You'll hear me say it, that's my heart, or that's like my loved one. Or I say Libby, and that means the one I love. So like that's why I said context. And like here, Habibi is like what up my N word. That's how they that's how they use Habibi here. It's like it's just a common greeting for
Mm,
people here.
okay,
So
okay.
that's why I say it's probably the context within the culture. You know,
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
why I was
know.
saying like over there it may be it's family, but you know, but I'm trying to explain it to them, and like I guess I'm mixing
No,
the
I
cultures,
know.
right? Family between family and relations, right? Relatives, you know, going
No,
back to
I'm
that
not in that.
concept.
I ain't denying what you're saying. It's just that basically the way to explain it, because it gets complicated or complex, though, and how it is, because everyone sees it. Like what you're saying, you have a point. However, basically everyone views it differently. So when you explain it
Right,
like that,
right.
everyone has a different concept. No, everyone shares the same concept, but the way they interpret that concept is different. So I know what you
Okay.
mean.
All right. Cool. So yeah, that's just the
What does
dynamics of a thing.
etymology
So
mean, right?
there she go. Oh my God.
What happened?
Listen, what the hell is
Pull it up, word.
etymologies?
Pull up what?
I mean, well, he knew
Etymology.
the word. He's the human dictionary. Etymology.
Oh,
In linguistic
He about to, we
evolutions of
just
family. Damn, this
wait
shit
a
go
minute.
deep.
Oh, Riders,
I'm
you just
listening
missed
to
it.
Gary.
We just
Chill. I'm listening to
we,
you. So I'm
we
over here
undid
searching
a
and reading.
he undid a lie the other day about this. This ain't even
Oh
like
oh,
2 weeks
shit!
ago.
No, I didn't see it. I didn't
did
see it.
I
she
Remember,
know
say
I was.
you've been
epistemology
playing
or
hooky.
etymology? What did
No,
she say?
no.
Say it
Epistemology or
No, it says
what's the
say it
word?
again, Riders.
etymology. It says on the etymologies.
Oh, yeah. Go get that dictionary, man. It's an online.
About to.
I actually got an old version, old
Mm,
etymology book. It's outdated though because there's a lot of
He
stuff
said it's
inside.
outdated,
okay.
but if it gives
Yeah, it's a
information,
physical
it's
book.
worth
It
it.
was made in like
Commander, you still here?
1930 something.
Okay, wait, but yeah, for
Hmm.
my mother though, like what she'd use though, she'd use like Indian Pakistani words to describe, my dad or to describe me or my sister or my brother and stuff. My mother just use her language and how to say it, like she uses Indian Pakistani words though, so that's how she, describes me or my brother or my sister, like depending on what type of words though, she just uses her
So
language words though.
so right here, writers. This is a good resource. You can download this on your phone, I believe. The online
Wait a minute.
etymology
This shit
dictionary.
is crazy. This should just ask the question: does the word home mean family? Like
Hold on,
people
what
really
happened?
just asking crazy questions on Google. Does the
Hold
word
on, what happened?
home? Does the term home also mean family? And it's really breaking this shit down.
Wait,
Yes.
I never thought about it like that.
Well, home, like now, but like when we looked at the etymology of the
Oh
word
shit!
family, it said house. So people associate house with home,
But
but
look, there's
house
just
and
a
home is
difference.
actually two different things.
Yep, look,
wait,
home
what?
equals a place that you
Wait,
have lived, probably long term,
Yeah,
that you have an emotional
that's what a
connection to.
home
Family, mostly
Commander,
permanent
report to
group of
HR
people.
tomorrow morning.
Usually, this
You
is
got
what
a
Gary
question
just
yesterday.
said.
Home is where the heart is.
Wait a
is.
minute, this is what Gary just said. Hold on, wait a minute. This
yeah.
is crazy. Okay,
But
it's not just Gary's point of view. He actually got some proof behind this shit. Can't nobody debate Gary on this right now.
Oh
so,
snap! Gary's got a point.
That's my whole
Okay.
point.
That's my
man,
first
y'all ain't
point.
about to play
Oh, I'm
my boy
sorry.
like that, bro.
Mm,
Y'all ain't about to play
mm,
my boy. I ain't
That
gonna
was
play
my
my
first
33
point.
like
I'm
that.
just saying. Thank you,
Rolo, you
guys.
feel how they y'all go to bed, Rolo? Hey, I'm Rolo. I'm about to concede to that because I don't know what the hell is what is going
mm.
on. What is going
Okay.
on? I gotta get that drop back. 'Cause I don't know
Okay.
what.
We're delineating.
Okay.
Hashtag
But
let's
I didn't
delineate.
think that
That's what
home
we
and
doing.
family meant the same thing. That shit is crazy. Wait a minute,
And on
Okay.
that
Yeah.
I
note,
get it.
I'm going home.
Wait. Okay.
they
I
say
okay.
Good night, Nine.
Mm,
Good night,
okay.
Commander.
she is home.
Okay. I get what you mean though. I guess the only difference for me is like I got the faith and the culture, but that's a little different though. Or is it like a bit the same though to me? Because to me, I feel like my faith and my culture is different. Because then it basically, comes from all works of life. So they either go by, their culture, their faith. They have a commonality of the faith thing, but when it comes to their own culture, they have their own thing. And I think when you mean by that, when you ask me about that, that's Arab culture though. And I'm not really like that though. So I share similarities to them, but doesn't mean I'm one of them.
So,
Mm.
Mike, can you hear me? So, you don't believe your faith is part of your culture?
Faith is a part of culture, but I feel like faith and culture is two different things because I feel like my faith is more of a spiritual sense. It's like beyond that. So sometimes though, I feel like faith is beyond that though. I mean, it can be a part of your culture though, but at the same time, it's not.
I mean, but
Well,
you Sunni though. I thought y'all was built different, bro. Like your coach, your faith is your culture. That's your way of life,
Yeah,
right?
it
yeah,
is though.
that
Of, of course
Yeah.
it
So,
is.
I mean, your faith is that's what your I don't know. I just thought like when people practice Islam, that's more of a way of
They,
life, and that
of
way
course
of
it's a
life.
way of life. It is.
So your
It
faith
is.
develops your culture. You see what I'm saying? The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you think, the way you believe, even the way
Of
you speak.
course.
All depends
Yeah.
predicated upon your faith or your religious aspect, or I call it your way of life. So I
I
wanted
know.
to ask too because like the way
Um,
you separated that, will that cause confusion? Like if you believe your
probably.
faith is different from your culture, it's like when do you walk in faith and when do you practice culture?
Hmm.
If
Mm,
it's separate,
that.
if it's different.
No, but I mean, I'd probably say though it's not really separate in a way. I mean, you're right though, and I'm just saying to me, you're kind of right, but I feel like it's more of a complex type thing though. So when you're saying it can cause confusion, it can. No, I'm not gonna deny what you're saying. I'm saying it can be though. It can because it can be confusing in a way to some people, but to me, I just feel like it's more complex than that. You know, that's just how I
I got,
feel. It's more complex.
I gotta answer Rolo real quick. Hey, Rolo, I cannot stay away from Dora because I gotta cross the border every time I go visit my sister in Mexico.
so where's Boots?
That nigga somewhere. Come here, bro. I got a dog
Okay.
instead.
Okay.
We know
Wait,
Swiper
actually,
behind you though.
Wait,
to be honest, so what
swipe
you
me
actually,
already.
you know what? To be honest, though, I'm gonna concede to your point anyway, because you're kind of right. But I'm gonna say it's more of a complex type of thing. I'm conceding, but at the same time, I'm gonna say it's complex. Is that a good answer?
Well,
Because I think I can't. Okay, there we go.
no, we understand. Listen, Riaz, when you deal with this, when you talk to this guy over here, he's gonna expand your mind, right? So it's always gonna
No,
be another
That's
avenue
because I
when
like you though.
words.
I don't really talk to
Yeah,
everybody.
no,
But
I
no, I
wasn't.
know,
I
I
wasn't even going.
know.
What I'm saying is, he's going to expand your mind so you can have another way of looking at a thing, right? Like you saying faith, right? You saying faith is spiritual. Some people might
Yeah,
say it's more than spiritual. It has different dynamics to it, right? So
yeah,
you know, it's you. That's why a lot of the times, when you going through situations, you're gonna have to do the work. So it'll be simple. It could be simplified for yourself, right? All right. So you say
yeah.
faith, right? So
That
faith
makes
is, you know, because they'll say like if you ask a Christian what faith is, they'll tell you the evidence of things hoped for, things unseen, right? So that's what they will tell you. But for you, it may be something else, right? For
Yeah, it's
for
more
for for the
about the
for the
way you
Sunnis, it
live.
may be something else, right? So that's why
It's a way.
sometimes you got to do the work. Yeah, you have to do that. So it's understandable for you, and then once it's understandable for you, then you can apply it however you feel like you need to apply it for yourself.
Oh, okay, but I think that I remember now. Basically, when you were saying, "No, what's the difference between the both?" I feel like this. So the faith is basically the faith and the way you live your life. Though the sin is just basically though. Wait, let me try to get it out. Ah, that's it. It's basically like the spiritual stuff. So it's basically beyond this world, and I think the culture part is basically what's in this world.
Okay, that's what makes it work for you. So that's what it is for you. You know what I mean? It's how would my lexicon brother put this together? It's subjective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
subjective
feel
for the
like.
individual.
I mean. I know he got a point though, but I'm also saying it's probably to make it easier for some people. It'll just probably be that, like, your faith is basically the way you live, and it's not just your belief as well. It's basically beyond this world. So it's the spiritual realm and spiritual stuff though, and your culture, the way your culture, the way you were born and where you live and everything else like that though. I feel like it's just probably what's in this world though. So basically, we're very complex creations. So that's why I feel like it's a complex concept.
Now watch this, Riaz. Where's Word at? Word, you here?
It's
All
not really
right,
complex. We make it complex, so people make it complex. But go
right.
ahead, do your
Because
thing.
I was about to ask this question, right? What is the difference between culture and religion?
Mm. Culture is basically
Yeah,
culture is just basically what people pass down tradition for years, and what's in your relative slash family that actually have a commonality with you. And I think religion is the way you live your life. I mean, they can both interlap. They can both like basic. It's a thin line between the both of them. So that's why I kind of say it like that. Or do you think? What do you think? I basically told you what I need
No,
to say.
I was asking Word because he might have a different view of it than what you have it, and that's why I'm trying to show you
yeah,
that
give me one
sometimes the
second.
perception of
Okay.
I'm getting the bottle.
I hear you.
My bad. One
Okay.
second.
Go ahead, I hear you. No, no,
Okay.
no, I got you.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, Riaz, is that sometimes people have a different view of the same
And yeah,
words that you have, right? So,
yeah,
as you described it as being interchangeable. Now, if he comes back and say it's a difference to it, well, we make it interchangeable instead of it not being interchangeable. That's why a lot of the times we say that the play on words have been manipulated. For example, we all just found out what family meant, right? We all just found that out at one
mhm,
time, right? Well, shout out to Riders because she did the work, right? So now that you have that
yeah.
understanding, do you want to use the word family? You see what I mean? Like
Mm,
that's like somebody
wait, so
understanding what
probably.
good morning is, right? So
Oh,
now
okay.
that
I
everybody
understand.
understand what good morning is, they say grand rising, right? Because they have a
Okay.
different outlook on the word good morning or morning.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
That makes sense. Yeah, I'll probably say like, if I want to use the word family, I consider people like who I really know, not like basically my bloodline though, my family. I consider basically everyone else here, they my family, but basically my bloodline's my relatives. So that's my relative.
Right.
I'm basically that's
Like your best friend might
yeah.
you might consider him or her family, right? Because like
Mm-hmm.
I tell you everything, you my confidant, and now I feel so close to you that like you like we're cousins, but we're technically not cousins, but we're family because I'm familiar with you, and I want to embrace you as I can't embrace you as a relative because we don't have the same blood. So the term family comes into play there. So that's why I'm saying,
Yeah.
sometimes we use the words in a different situation, but we a lot of the times we're using it incorrectly. So when we use it
Yeah.
incorrectly, sometimes we sit on that incorrection until we get corrected.
Mm-hmm.
So, like when the way you using the term culture, like you said, it's in this world, right? So the definition
Mm-hmm.
of culture is a concept that encompasses social behavior, institutions, and norms found in human society, as well as knowledge, beliefs, arts, laws, and customs, capabilities, attitudes, and habits of the individual in the group. Often, culture often originates from or is attributed to the specific region or location. So when I say your religion is part of your culture, that's why I say. I mean, you can separate the two, but religion exists within the culture. That's your
I mean,
beliefs.
you're
When
not
you're
wrong though,
practicing,
but the way.
but
Sorry, I was
hold on,
just
hold on.
gonna say.
I know, but let me finish. So even like when it says social behaviors, your religion depicts how you live, right? Your belief system, it's your way of life. So they're not really separate. It exists because the other. They have existence because of one another. Your way of life determines your social behavior, the different institutions. Like some people who have specific religions don't indulge in a lot of different activities because of their religion, and that determines their behavior, how they interact with the outer world. That religion or that belief develops the culture. You see what I'm saying? So it's
I
not
see what you mean.
it's separated as one creates or breeds the other.
I
I
can agree
understand him.
with you on that. Makes sense though, actually. That's just as I was trying to basically, articulate in a way, basically. You're right though. I mean, it's not really separate at the same time. It's basically one and the same. It's just that basically the concept of both of them are kind of different. I was just saying, look, of course, your faith and your culture are basically is like one and the same, but I'm saying in a way they're kind of different because your faith is basically beyond this world, and basically your culture is what's in this world. Because we're just basically a manifestation of our conscience. So basically, how we basically perceive this world as something, what we see in this world is real, it's not actually real.
Yes, I
I
do. And I gotta
I
relax.
understand what you're saying, but you still can't separate this. Now I'm gonna show you something, right? This ain't to go at you or nothing like that. But what you're doing is saying because your faith dictates what you do in this world, right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm,
Because of your
it,
faith will dictate what you do in this world. So I understand the concept you say, but when you take faith and make it something outside of this world, you're separating what you do in this world from faith. But that's why you do what you do in this world is because of your faith. The way you may want to articulate it is, I do the things in this world because of my faith, but I'm looking for my reward outside of this world. Like,
oh,
and then
okay.
that can, defeat uh, any
Okay.
argument, But it's like when it's like this is what I'm saying. Like yesterday when they was going with creation is words, right? When we I always try to take the time out to not only understand the definition of the word, but what the whole word encompasses, because the definition does not entail the intent is used or how it's applied. Um, like when we say ad hominem, right? That was something yesterday. When we say ad hominem, by definition, ad hominem means to attack a person, to discredit their point. You know, um,
Mm, okay.
so
Okay. That
if
that
so
makes
if I
sense.
so if it's something factual, right, about you, and I point that out, technically that's not an ad hominem, but the perception of it, like the people to me, I look at it like, okay, where it said this dude's stupid and he sounds stupid, so whatever he say is now null and void. So even though my
Mm,
intent wasn't to create an environment where what I stated was to discredit you, I was just simply stating the observation. That's my intent, but the result of it, I can't choose how people perceive things. So my intention may
mm,
not have been an ad hominem, but the uh the way it was applied, that can be the effect. The ad
yeah, that
hominem come
makes.
out as an effect because now that I stated that someone was stupid, now the people in the chat be like, "Oh, he's stupid because words said it," and that can null and void anything you say.
Mm, okay. I mean, that makes sense,
Well,
though. I can agree to that.
that's dangerous too.
Yeah,
That's
so
dangerous right there.
and that's why I
That
always attack the information. Like for me, I attack the information because it's not that you have the intent to do it, but it can still be the effect.
Mm,
The cause
yeah, that
leads.
makes sense to me. Okay, that makes sense. So probably the concept I was saying is kind of understandable, but the way that I worded though, yeah, that makes sense though. So, yeah, that just kind of goes back to something like what we were saying though, like what you guys were saying to me in a way. It's like probably you're just using words and the way the concept is though, I don't know, just that I don't know, man. It's kind of
It's just
interesting.
knowing
I
your
got
audience. Just know your audience, man. Because it's like people can talk to me, and I totally understand what they're saying, even if they're using words out of context. But you'll talk to people, and when you use the word out of context, they're only hearing, so they will attack you using the word out of context versus listening to uh, the what you're trying to convey to them. So you just got to know your audience, who you talking to. I know that happens
morning,
often.
Liz.
Liz B, what up?
Oh,
I know I'm supposed to be asleep. Siri and Alexa, please explain the.
well, I'm about to
yeah.
get down, right? But
Yeah, I'm about to get.
I'm a sum up. I'm gonna try my best to sum up what the intent of the live was, right? For me, right? I started off the live simply to show how, you know, through last night's conversation, how everything that we say, or that the group, the 9% has been saying, was put on display last night, right? We had people, who was hearing to respond instead of listening to understand. We had people that was not doing the totality of observation. We had people, doing things. We had people misusing words and taking words out of context, right? So, for the most part, the group has been trying to show people what's the results when those things are not used properly, and a lot of that was on display last night. So, even though the conversation was, it was warranted, it was educational, it was, a learning experience, but, we also learned, for me, how the things that we're trying to put out there, what's the result of it's being used incorrectly, and a lot of it was shown last night. So, we we appreciate those people that, we praise, Speakeasy, I keep always forget the other dude's name, uh and
Wild Heart.
everybody that Wild Heart, and everybody that came on the panel, right? While, y'all had a display, y'all had the conversation. Well, y'all tried to have the conversation. It went well for the most part, but, there was also some things on display that we, as the group, has been trying to show you what happens when, it's not, when things are not used in its proper context. That's what Word has been speaking about for the past 2 years, and especially the past few months. Everything that he has spoken about was on display. So, for me, that's why, we feel like we have to continue to have these conversations, because if we do better, we become better. A better you becomes a better us. So, that was the for me, that was the point of having the conversation tonight. Shout out to Speakeasy. He came up tonight, he added something to the conversation, and, and everybody else that came up. So, I think that's what I got from last night's live, in reviewing it to a certain extent. And then, we added through our own little conversations by, the family, meaning and all of that. So we just showing you what happens when you do the work, and then when you do the work, you see that dang, we've been using the words wrong, or we've been misusing the word out of context and things of that nature. We just showing y'all like what happens when things are taken out of context and not used properly. It allows us to go in the wrong direction with the wrong words and show different meanings than what they're supposed to be.
No cherry blossom. You know what I got out of last night live? A headache. I'm just playing. But
everybody got a headache. But today's live, Gary got me questioning my teachers and everybody around me. Like, do y'all know that? I'm gonna go ask everybody in my neighborhood. Do you know what the real definition of family is?
And they're gonna say what they know, and that's the
Did
thing.
you know that?
That's
home and yeah, I got a bone to pick with my teachers. I'm like, did you know that home and family were the same thing? We as possessions.
Yeah,
properties.
So when Aunt Judy James come, hey, she's not on your. Yes, she is. She's my family. You can't tell me that's not my family. Oh, I didn't mean that. I meant the person that gave you birth. Oh, that's my relative. Oh, well, smart Alec. They're gonna call you a smart Alec. They ain't gonna want to call you Alec. They're gonna want to call you ASS. But we know that's what they're gonna do.
I'm like, damn, like I get the definition of family and stuff, but it's like, damn, I didn't know that it, like
But you blaming me, but don't blame me. You did the work. We're proud of you.
No. But listen, you took it as far. I was gonna say nigga, like we in the hood. Wait a minute. He just bought the hood out of me. Hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah, I went because of what you were saying. Who would have thought that home and family were the same shit? I mean, I know how it came up, why the terminology came, to existence because of slavery and all that. That's why I was trying to say, like, listen, it's deeper. I was trying to explain it to Riaz earlier. Or who was it? I know, I'm like, it goes deeper.
No,
and I'm
Riaz.
When you started talking, I was like, you were just saying the same shit that the description was saying about home and family. I was like, wait, it's the same shit?
I'm just saying, as long as we learning something, that's the goal over here. We learning. So, I mean, it's upsetting that we took that word and we was told wrong. But when the truth comes out, it's up to you now. Do you want to say, you know what, I'm related to you, or what up? Well, you can still use fam, but it ain't what you was taught. So
that's a fact. We've been using the words in the wrong way. And that's crazy because word talks about that on how we use our
blame
word.
the word. Blame Coach D. He started all this.
I don't even know what y'all talking about, bro.
No. I said it's crazy how he's been saying this for the longest, and people don't understand what he's been trying to say. But if y'all really do y'all research, it's up there. It's not like he's talking without backing it up. That's why I was laughing up the boy. Yes, I was like, wait a minute, but what do you want him to debate? If you give him a topic, he will debate it with you.
No, I won't.
That's why I was dead.
That dude, I mean, we not ilk, bro. Like, he too inept to Rolo, what up, though? Oh, shiznit. Appreciate you, brother. Hold on, man. I just seen something.
You not blind?
Why can't I? That's why I said I just seen it. I probably would have seen it if I. Would you boss up and get? Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
Thanks, fam.
Who said that, Riders?
Huh?
I said that.
Wait a minute. I sound like Gary. Listen, I saw that. What up, man? Got started with me over here. You talking
what up, man?
Gary was. Yo, he really thought I was commander.
Y'all be playing tricks over here. Y'all playing tricks. But yeah, I don't know. we you know, like I said, we just trying to do things in decency and order, man. We just want people to be aware of what's going on around us. So, you know, shout out to the Lexicon brother, shout out to the rabbit hole riders, you know,
Rabbit hole
and you know,
riders.
like
Hey
rabbit
man,
hole
that sounds
rider.
kind of suspect, bro. That sounds kind of, I don't know about that one.
Rabbit hole
Here you
riders.
go.
Rolo, what'd you
I
think
went on.
about that, bro?
I,
Rabbit hole riders.
all I did was
It
take
sounds
it.
crazy as hell, bro. I don't know
Rabbit
if I'm
hole
tired. Rolo, bro. Y'all help me, bro. I
Yeah,
might
you
be
tired.
slipping.
You tired.
I'm tired,
Yeah,
bro.
you slipping
I'm
hard.
like
Yeah, we're
rabbit
gonna get off
hole
here right
riders.
now.
What the fuck
He
is
about to
going on?
study.
I looked
He
at
about
the
to
screen. Like, hold on, man. Let me make sure I ain't got nothing pulled up here I ain't supposed to have. What the hell is a rabbit hole rider? Like, man, I'm getting off here before y'all get me in trouble,
Yeah, we're
man.
getting out of here. I'm getting off here too because you trying to get demonetized with this nonsense. I'm
I'm
getting out
trying
of
to
here.
stay monetized for a whole year. Let me see if I can do that. First time I was only monetized for 4 months before I fucked that up. Let's see if I can make it to a year.
But he ain't saying nothing
I'm
wrong
Polo
though.
Little Tink Tink. I'm Polo Little Tink. I don't know, man. That's rabbit hole rider.
Where's but listen, word, you taught us something, right? It's only where your mind leaves you. Where's your head at right now?
It's
I
sleepy.
think it's on my shoulders. I don't know where my damn head at, bro.
It's on that daggone pillow in the room.
See, Rolo, look, man. I know Rolo be tripping. Like he be joking. He don't be tripping. But Rolo, he make me know I'm not crazy. If he think it's something like, hold on, bro, then I know it's something. And I just
Rabbit
know.
hole rider.
Gary, you talking about where my head at? I didn't make that up. You ask Gary how he put the words together. What
Rabbit
was
hole
you thinking?
rider. That's because I said earlier I went down the rabbit hole.
Because I paid attention to the conversation and y'all want to be on some Diddy nonsense. I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time for it.
Change your
I
name
ain't
to
got
a
no
day of
time for
rabbit
that.
hole riders and see what kind of comments you get.
Listen, I don't even want to admit
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. The person that got the name, what did she say? She understood it, right? We family.
Like, wait, my head ain't going nowhere else.
Right.
Now see,
we family. Huh?
All right, that's your new nickname for now. I'm calling you
dead.
Rabbit.
I'm a live right with you. Listen, y'all don't get it. Listen, I started calling.
Nope, I ain't saying nothing else. I'm getting out of here because I see where his mind going already. This is about to be clear. I'm out of here.
I was just trying to understand what you were saying. That's it. You said rabbit hole riders. I'm like, what is that?
Listen, I don't call Word big bro for nothing. This is really my big bro. Like this man took me under his wing. Like when I was really going through some shit here on social, and I didn't even know it. But on some real shit though, like that's my big bro. Like, why would I take anything offensive? He roasted me. He roasted me. Shit, I'm gonna sit here and laugh.
I'm not even roasting you. I'm roasting the creator of what they just called you. I'm taking up for you. Calling you rabbit hole riders. Like, what the hell? What? Get me past that.
Well,
shit.
actually, if we being technical, it's your fault. She said you made her go down the rabbit hole. You did this. What the hell we talking about here?
Everything is word fault. Oh, little Tink Tink just can't get
excuse me, riders. Who made you go down the rabbit hole? Poor little Tink Tink, right? Yeah, I rest my case. The defense rests. I'm just telling y'all. Clip that now.
We gotta judge. We gotta judge now. I'm dead.
I live in the doghouse, so I'm used to it. So I take all the burden. I carry the cross.
Man, you're supposed to be sleeping. Good night. Report to HR tomorrow. You cut class.
But let
me get out of here because it's almost 4:30. I know he got to get up. I know he got to get up early, so I'm gonna get out of here.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you. I know the back code.
I'm gonna have to put a time limit on that.
I told you look, if you get the free Evil Mucks, it's only 2 hours. I told you that. You ain't want to listen. You know, you want to be a StreamYard fanatic. There you go.
No, they just took the money before I can cancel it. So I was like, I might as well use it. I mean, they did,
Okay.
bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm just saying. So you got to use
I
it.
went from listen. I went from going down the rabbit hole to flying on wings. Now let me find out. Yo, I need to find out if I'm cloud nine now. Shit, what the fuck am I supposed
Well. That's going to stay. That's in your records now because HR said so. So you in trouble.
Shit, I don't mind it. Call me a rabbit. I'm going right down. I had an adventure at fucking Alice in Wonderland.
A rabbit,
Oh.
not a wabbit. No wabbits around here. We
I
only
didn't say
deal with.
rabbit.
Oh no, we
Yeah,
I said
I'm
rabbit.
we ain't doing that.
Wait. I could have sworn I said that R in there. Wait a minute.
Look,
No,
everybody tired. I'm getting out of here.
I'm
getting out of here. I'm dropping y'all.
All
I'm
right,
dropping.
man, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all made this fun, man. Appreciate you, Rolo, for the donation, brother. I really greatly appreciate that. And I try, bro. You know, I joke around and have fun, but when it comes to concepts, I do try to break them down. And I apologize for the last hour, man. I was kind of in and out. I was just trying to get my stuff set up for the morning because I knew it's gonna be crazy. But yeah. This was a dope live, and I apologize. I didn't break it down the way I wanted to, but you know we had the fam up, you know, going through the information with me, and I wanted to get their perspectives too. I do better on the reviews or the reactions. I actually got a notebook right in front of me, and I think I talked about 2 of the points I wanted to make out of 17 different points I wanted to make. Only I got 2 X's on them, so I only covered 2 things. 2 things I really wanted to cover, but like I said, you get in that freestyle mode, and then the fan was up here, we was rocking out. So yeah, but I am gonna cut pieces of that up later. I don't really have time right now, but it's so much I got to do. I put a lot on my plate, and I'm just trying to eat it meal by meal. But yeah, I appreciate everybody rocking out. I'm probably gonna take a break tomorrow. I'll be back Thursday. Yeah, I'll probably be back Thursday. I'm gonna take a break tomorrow. I'll be back Thursday. Until you're done. I wouldn't have been done with the reaction. Like I wouldn't have been done with it. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I had woke up like maybe 30 minutes before I hit live, and it was like my head wasn't really in the game. You know, so sometimes it's best to get people interacting with me, and then it'll get me my blood flowing. Like to get my blood flowing. Like when I actually do something or have something planned and then I go to sleep and wake up, I'd be like, man, I don't feel like doing that shit. But yeah. Too much on the plate. It's crazy work. I'm telling you, bro. Man, I'm still I got this mentoring thing I gotta kick back off. I got sick back in December, and it's just been one thing after another, but I gotta get that rolling because we were supposed to be finishing it up by March, and I only did 1 week, so I got 6 more weeks of that. But that's you know, for the mentor group. There's only 3 people in the group so far, and they all like family anyway. So, but you know, I still owe it to them, you know. So I'm doing that, and then just there's some other stuff I'm doing with my business. I'm trying to get that incorporated with my family's nonprofit, you know, trying to get yeah, so it's just I got a lot on my plate, and then just the business itself, you know, I got a couple new clients, so, and then I'm trying to do this, still trying to grow the channel, and I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate or how to use one to benefit the other one. So yeah, it's just a lot, but you know, I'm built for this shit, so. And I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. It makes life worth it when you're doing something that you're passionate about. And I'm passionate about not only my own self-development, but, you know, playing it forward. Because like I said, it was a lot of people. That's why it's important for me, because it was people who showed me grace, showed me patience and understanding when I was a knucklehead and what, just because they seen potential in me, you know. Sometimes they created space until I was ready, and then when they seen I was ready, then they came back into my life, and picked up where they started off at. So, it's important to me to play it forward, to give back what I received. So, there's people who help me with everything in life, making me develop into the person I am. And like I said, it's easy for me to look in the mirror and smile, but probably about 15 years ago, I didn't like what I seen when I looked in the mirror. So I'm here for it. I'm here to help people if they're willing to be helped. I'm here to receive if people got some information, knowledge, wisdom, whatever. As long as it's beneficial, I'm here to receive too. So I'm here to give and receive. So yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna never give up. I ain't gonna never give up. I just know I just gotta eat one meal at a time. Whatever I put on the plate, I don't gotta eat it all at one time. Just take my time. But it's there, it's available. So yeah. We all get purposes in life, and I found mine through my adversity. So the things I didn't desire help clarify the things I do. So I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know what I always say, care about how you feel. These are conversations to build nations. And if I say anything to resonate with you, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody to tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, we's out. We's out.
What up, Nine?
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you, a better us.
Who do you think you are? I'm the word. More about it. I'm the one who put in the work.
Get you a word. Nana boo boo.